Eastern Washington. Co-parenting the weekends as possible. Back in Seattle, 6 in Seattle. Living in my van. My home 3 hours away. Kids are 4 hours away. Co-parenting best possible. I preach about co-parenting. Easy said and done, but we're gonna support them top a lot, and then to work on your mental health, and then teach your kiddos to not become the toxic parents. The old version of yourself, quote unquote. That's why in your healing journey, when you started, each new version of yourself, the intent is to become stronger and wiser. The intent is your new version of yourself talks to the old version of yourself, so you don't do the same mistakes again. If you don't comprehend what you did wrong, you will do it again more likely. That's why communication, talking about it, right? But you have to comprehend what you did wrong, so you do it again. That's why, try to give yourself grace as possible, especially if you've done those conversations. If you're on the support teams, your belief's not the issue, higher source. We beings are the issue. That's what I'm going to tell my back. It's going to say, God's not the issue. Your belief's not the issue. The Bible's not the issue. The church is not the issue. It's the beings in the church that's the issue. More in the middle, it's like some more narcissistic, respectfully. I say respect on these platforms, like, show me any platform that's out there that a man, quote unquote, that speaks the way he speaks and focuses all energy on toxic relationships, which I say toxic love, broken, codependent relationships, mental health, healing journey, kids involved, co-parenting, real support teams. Show me any man, any platform. Tag them. I would love to speak to them. And as a being, I don't care about my main things because I already know 1,000%. Other than physical beings, stubborn tattoo, the AI, ask anything man-made for the rest of life. You're behind the screen. You're in your home, right? Let's say you're at work. So you remember, you can't ask a physical being nor the AI. What's the answer? Crickets. You have, once again, to help you out, you have a library. Go to a library. You can study about mental health. So any question you have, remember, you can't ask a physical being nor the AI. So is it? You're pretty much SOL type of situation, And I say respectfully, we're blessed with technology resources every which way for the most part. Respect and say this to trigger people because my job, my gift. When people cry about their mental health and they don't reach out for help and guidance, there's a scenario, challenging therapy, can't afford it, understandable. Hard times, no money in general. Myself a tattoo, ChatGPT, I promise you 1,000%. Any question you have about any negative feeling, why am I sad, why am I depressed, why my parents don't talk to me, why are they toxic, I guarantee 1,000% there's a TikTok, YouTube, podcast, Spotify, there's forums. There's so much resource, but once again, you as one being, if you want to work on yourself with your mental health, if you want to feel your feelings, but nobody has to. All my tattoos, scars, healed, I let everybody go. I don't think that's nobody. I can't bet 1,000% why we're all stuck on what? The generational cycle. My parents are the way they are, my aunties, uncles, my grandparents, rest in peace to a lot of them, right? Because actually, respectfully, my grandpa, he passed away recently, maybe I believe a month and a half ago. So that was my last grandparent that was alive. He passed away at 89 years old. So, rest in peace to my grandpa. So respect to my grandfather. This is to pay for everybody out there, like the intent, you as one being, start your healing journey. If not, respectfully, your parent, once you start doing yours right, to forewarn you, because remember, no one has to comprehend you. You can try to teach your family, your friends, about the mental health healing journey, but when it comes to our personal family, our parents, aunts and grandparents, more likely they're going to die that way. Respectfully, and it sucks. Deadass, I can't stop the spiritual warfare. I can pretend to try to speak to them, but here's the kid, they'll be like, they tell me, yo, you crazy, you all these tattoos. I'm like, but it's a map to life. Respect, I guess, the Bible, but it's a modern day Bible of mental health. All the healing notes on my body for a reason. Straight to the fucking point. Fresh tattoo on my back that's itching, right? So every which way, it says, to carve it out, the real war, everyday bug down, everything starts from home behind closed doors. Who is the slave master? Dash S. Who is the slave? Dash S. Everything starts from home behind closed doors. And that's factual. Fuck all these man-made wars, gang mafiosos, country wars. That's man-made bullshit. They're all fighting over man-made bullshit. And they claim higher source and the good people, quote unquote, right? Say that they can do that. But the real war, everyday bug down, is behind closed doors. If you don't go deeper about it, which I'm going to tell my body for a reason, everyday bug down, how are both your four walls, your mental home and your physical home? Are they heaven on earth or hell on earth? Respectfully, what? That's everyone. No, once again, you be atheist, but everyone's here to determine heaven and hell. No one has to die physically to go to heaven and hell. You live this shit every day bug around. Like my exes, nothing against them. All of us just in a journey, no healing journey. They were my hell on earth. We were each other's hell on earth, not knowing. And we had kids together. Awesome. So I say all the time, kids aren't the issue. They don't know shit. I tell my kids, teach me anything positive in life. Don't bring God, the universe, what we taught you. What your teachers teach you, your friends teach you. Because God's not suffering, the universe is suffering. You're suffering. Like I was suffering. So the question to all 80 of you, for how much longer will you suffer for? You know? And once again, for all you parents out there, single parents type of situation, especially single parents, give yourself grace. You know, I have 8 kids. Like, my oldest kind of bump heads a little bit. But I told you know why? Because the overwords myself hurt you with my words. Yeah. I forewarned you, like, yo, as a being, I don't give a shit about words. Before this healing journey, I don't care about words. At all, zero. My pops destroyed me with words. My first baby mother destroyed me with words. Got to the point I became numb and I just didn't give a shit. But as I forewarn you, I think my first baby mom's toxic trait, where she just pops up. I forewarn you, hey guys, I'm gonna give 3 chances. This conversation, I can handle it. I don't give a shit about words. I don't have to touch the subject. So to forewarn you, we shouldn't talk about this. I don't care about words. If you want to do this, no, this is your feelings, not my feelings. And when the gloves are off, I don't hold back. You know, the devil comes out of me. You know, yeah, cool. That's an overage myself. That's my mother's daughter. Yeah, I hurt you with my words. But here's the kicker. I was just in a journey. Your moms, your stepmoms, I was just in a... No one knows about this healing journey. That's why I started, at 39, 18 at heart. I call my own daughter out. Y'all beat me at 39. If you ever started, you don't have to talk to me. That's your just will. You don't have to physically talk to me. It's my podcast. Whenever you want to chime in and scope it out, this is all I talk about. But you don't have to. If you want to suffer till you're 39, and I'm still alive by then, but let's say when she turns 39, I'd be like, I don't know this scenario. I'd be like 60, 65 years old. I'm going to call you out. Yo, babe, I forewarned you when you were 20, 21 type of situation. Now you're 39, scenario, I'm 65, and you're still suffering in toxic relationship. So you didn't beat me. I'm the best teacher for you, but you don't have to comprehend that. I know you. I hurt you with my words. So you hate me for all these years. That's cool. They become all your toxic family and suffer. And y'all go to church, pray to God. You believe it's not the issue. You're the one that's suffering. You're the one better hateful. You are the problem not knowing. And yes, I'm sorry I hurt you. Your exes hurt you. But here's the kicker. People in the real support team, I'm here to talk to you about it the best as possible. But nobody has to. To form people, nobody has to talk to you. People that hurt you, traumatize with your words, no one has to forgive you. That is their choice of free will. Everyone has the same 2 gifts every day bug around. That's when you do closure for yourself, not for nobody else. Potentially, it'd be nice to hear from others that, you hurt them, they hurt you, but here's the kicker. No one has to apologize to you. No one has to forgive you, and no one has to do closure. It's for yourself. If you're going to sit there like, I'm doing it for them, like, that's called people-pleasing. Don't do that. And remember this. You can be like, well, I'm doing my healing journey, mental health, counseling therapy. Right, but you hurt them. If they're on the healing journey, they don't have to forgive you. That's how you give them the space, and maybe potentially they might observe you, and down the road, I can't tell you time frame, they might reach out to you. Yo, Vito, it's been like a year, I know you came to me a year ago type of situation. Remember, this is scenario not factual, right? And you hurt me for whatever, let's say scenario 5 years, right? And I didn't trust you, I didn't believe you, because y'all was bullying me, talk shit to me type of situation. You're not physically abusive, just verbally wise, and you bullied me. But I just been watching you, and you actually are changing your way, so I want to apologize to you that for not giving you a chance to speak type of situation. I'd be like, my situation, like, nah, scenario, it's okay. I hurt you. Understandable, right? So if you want to, we're talking now, and that's the intent when you evolve. And that's what scenario, when you do this healing journey right and you're evolving, anyone your ex, right, ex comes in type of situation, or family and friends, they be like, especially if they're not in your life, dead ass cell phone tattoo, they're not on your cell phone, no text, no DM, no nothing, right? And they say, I know you. Just calm the fuck out. Yo, you don't know me, you know of me. What? If you knew me, you'd be my cell phone. If you knew me, you'd be my life. You're not in my life at all. Like the mother of boys sometimes, she'd be like, I know you. I know your dad. I'd be like, no, kids, your mom knows the overage myself. Kids, to remind you, you know of me. You only see me on the weekends. Once a weekend type of situation, maybe twice a week type of situation. Am I your friend or hubby, right? I go, am I your boyfriend? That I know of, that's your boyfriend. I don't have a girlfriend. When I get off work, I don't come to northern kids anymore. I do cold parenting the weekends. You fell apart for a reason, and you left for a reason, right? I work to myself now. So once again, respectfully, terminology-wise, to correct you, you know of me. You don't know me. Respectfully. That's what I tell people. It's all about terminology-wise. And remember this, to forewarn you, everybody has the right to be in your past or present. And the situations when they do, on which they shot, how will you react? How will you respond? Or do you, if you're scared of that, or it will trigger you, and here we go, the devil comes out of you, now you're popping off. Then you are the problem. Because you can say, I let go. We can all verbalize, we let go of our exes, our past pain, our toxic love, trauma, child trauma. You will know 1,000% when someone talks about that subject, or your ex, or your mother, your father, and you start popping off, or you verbalize, I let go. No, you didn't. That's you're triggered. Now you're triggered. Now you're catching cases type of situation, verbally and physically, over a word, over a subject. I'm sorry that person traumatized you, they hurt you type of situation, but when will you let it go? And on top of that, people that you actually let go, you don't have to be in their life at all. You don't have to, remember, especially your adults, you don't have to have keep it simple. You as one being, if you can fend for yourself. The physical matrix, no one can beat it, just maintain job, money, car, home. So if it's your home and you're chilling by yourself, I don't give a shit. Like me, I live in my van, right? Because I'm not paying for two places, one in Seattle and one in Eastern Washington where my home's at, right? So I'm chilling in my crib. It came my van type of situation, right? So I don't deal with toxicity. To call everybody out, which I'm going to start saying this more, everyone behind the screen, if you're at home watching this, hearing this, remember this, you're in your home, in your bed, or at work scenario. I'm in my van chilling. So scenario at work, and you're in a toxic relationship, you're going to be dreading to go home. I already know that. You're the whole version of myself. I don't miss that feeling, and I won't ever feel like that in my life. Walk on eggshells. Fuck, I love my job. I love the universe. I love everything man-made bullshit. But guess what? I hate going home. I had to deal with Maria, Tamika. I don't deal with fucking nobody. When you accept people in life, you deal with them. You tolerate them. Why? A zillion doors in the whole universe. Why are you stressing about one? Every morning, every night, you bitch about one. You both do. And y'all claim higher source. It doesn't matter about your beliefs as beings. You two are the toxic couple. That's the problem. Every day above ground. And my situation, throw people's faces, the best potential to be, yo, a zillion kings of the whole universe. Why would I stress about you? One. Make them make sense. I'm in Seattle of zillions of queens. Taste the rainbow, every culture and belief. You know, and then once again, my situation triggered people's feelings. Let's say I have a potential partner, she, not knowing she's toxic and she lied, she threw a fib, but as time progresses, you see the true colors. But check out, if I was you, I would talk to people like you was, because you're broken. I used to be broken. None of those conversations. What? Yes, I would traumatize the word broken. But to warn you, the word broken has not feelings. No feelings at all. No word in the universe has feelings at all. Broken when I feel broken. Triggers are what triggers. Depression are what depressions. We weak beings like I used to be, we attach our feelings and give these powers, we give these words power and weight. That's the scenario. The word broken triggers you. Why? So that means from now on, anyone calls you broken, it's going to hurt you every single time. So who called you broken? Before I called you broken, who called you broken? That's why, once again, for making simple for all you beings behind the screen, any word that triggers you specifically wise, right? You know why? Because you have many owners of the word scenario, broken. So who called you broken? Your father, your mother, your ex, the bully, who was it? And when you figure it out, what are you going to do about it? That's, once again, I can add more pain to your life if you want me to, but that's not my intent, to warn people every which way, especially y'all who want love, marriage, and kids. And recently I say this, like, I'll play a clip in a minute, right? So on these podcasts, people walk around because they want to become viral, and they want to, what's the word? Not report people, but interview people, right? And they ask questions type of situations, all that shit. Like when a female says, they went through a breakup, type of situations, toxic, and then especially when the kids involved, now she's a single mother, and then and the comments, especially on the male side, we should wait till you get married. I also in the comments, so you believe getting married? Do you believe getting married will make your life better? That guarantees a long-term, healthy, monogamous relationship? There won't be no toxic. You believe that shit? Like, where are you from? Fucking Pluto ET? Well, because the Bible told you. The Bible's not the issue at all. It's the beings in the church that are the issue every which way. So once again, if you don't know what red flags are, if your exes, the boundaries, talking way too fast, well, this is the way I speak. I'm trying to speak slower. So once again, so I apologize if I fluctuate. And once again, if you don't like it, yo, respect it, just keep strolling. The dead ass. One of these days when I have time, you get respect. I'll slow it down, but I'm trying to. Once again, you think I speak fast? Yo, go to the East Coast. Latinos are way worse than I am. And in Spanish and English, People think I'm Latino, like, nah, I'm Hispanic, you know, blue book conversation, but I'm just a rebel conversation. I'm just being in the energy telling stories about raw, real shit, raw, real feelings. I don't bitch about people in life. I won't ever bitch about a person. Why? My kids, yeah, I have 8 of them. I tell all of them, counseling, therapy talk, all 8 of you, I'm inner child, different versions of myself. I hold hand God you alive, but here's the kicker. I can't finish save you. I am not God, Jesus, the universe at all. Nobody is the one for nobody at all. If you think you are, think is not knowing. Just to let you know, to burst your bubble, you're not the one. But if you want to try to go fix change and save people, go fall on your face. Let me know how it feels respectfully, you know. My wife is Puerto Rican. I tell her and her cousins they talk too fast all the time. Oh yeah, Boricuas, yeah, they speak hella fast. You know, like, I love, respect when I say this, right? I love the Latino culture type of situation. You know, because I love the way we speak the Spanish and the lingo. They have good, like, energy, quote unquote. But respect when I say this, because I'm part of the Spanish culture, Hispanic, Latino, Spaniards. I tell people all the time, like, if you're not part of the culture, you don't know. Yes, some cultures are similar for sure, right? But once again, if you're not a physical being, if I ask you, yo, what's your national culture? If you don't say Hispanic, Latino, the Spaniard, you're not part of the culture. You know of it potentially, but you don't know it. Only if you actually grew up in a situation, you're dating, and actually comprehend the whole, not just that physical being, you're dating all of them. Me as a being, I'm not in the Spanish culture. All Hispanic and Spaniards, respectfully, like 99.99% of the culture can't teach me anything in life, respectfully. Go to church, pray in God's hands, be a good person, show respect. That's A for effort, but here's the kicker. How you a fuckboy, fuck girl, and you go to church for what reason? To call you the fuck out, don't mention higher source. Because that I know of, God, Jesus, you know, Virgin Mary is not a fuckboy, fuck girl. You are. So you're just a feral hypocrite going to church for no reason. To feel good for an hour, 2 hours tops. And then you're fucking, here's the worst part. You're in God's house, right? And all these OnlyFans in God's house, right? And everyone's mostly cheating. And we all love God, Jesus, the Bible. Amen. Everyone sees that shit. Like, that's why me and Hispanic, I don't really go to church for that reason. Because my tongue, I don't hold back for what reason. I'll call you the fuck up. I might even get the mic one of these days. Yo, check it out. Sorry, father, pastor type of situation. But yo, like, that, I was calling that, yo, John over there. You're there with your wife and kids type of situation. But yes, these little young girls just like OnlyFans in God's house. And yeah, the eye candy less, so you're falling for the situation. So why are you even here for? Everyone that's doing wrong, why are you here for respectfully? Can't you respect God's house? Then what are you here for? Why are you married for? Why are you a partner for? In God's house, quote unquote, respectfully. So that's, once again, I say all the time, respect. I don't date brown girls at all. Only Spanish women in a healing journey, preferably a waking woke journey. There's not many of them. In the Spanish culture, respectfully, I date every other culture but brown. Because they can't teach me anything in life. I say respectfully. I tell my daughters, you don't know this conversation. And then behind the screen to put fear in you. You want to date brown boys, Hispanic and Spaniards? My number was 95. Fuck that shit. 99 to put fear in you. 99% brown boys are fuck boys. Dead ass. And they love God, Jesus, a fucking man. They are hard workers, right? They work hard on their relationships with the co-workers, their friendships, their side chicks, the work wife, social media wives, the club wife. They do not work on a relationship with their wife nor their kids. And they love Jesus. Amen. That's how I respectfully, I don't give a fuck about the brown culture. Because they can't do me shit, respectfully. You know? But once again, a good energy, good vibe to bullshit with. If you want to do, like, to trigger them, recreation and breed with them, sure. Partners? Fuck no, respectfully. I won't. I know, that's why I don't like me. I don't like them, respectfully. Like, no. If you can't do anything positive other than God, don't, respectfully, you have nothing for me. Because if you're doing wrong, why are you doing wrong? God's not doing it. I'm not doing it. It's a certain thing. Emotion cheating, I was doing that, and I know that was wrong. That's why everything starts with feelings, and then emotion cheating, then it goes to the phone, social media, third party, then it goes to the Jada, August entanglements, and they love God, Jesus. How can you be a fuckboy fucker, cheating your partner and claim higher source? I'll call you the fuck out. I don't hold back at all for what reason. You want to get physical? My Texas reason, verdict you can't see it says monkeys, zoos, jails, prisons. Because only monkeys fight every which way. So all monkeys should be in fucking zoos, right? But you can't put a human in a zoo because that's inhumane terminology. So you got jails and prisons waiting for everybody. That's what you want to do. Go do verbal physical threats. Go for that shit. Go fucking fight the boys in blue, the justice system, and you love higher source, quote unquote. Make that make sense respectfully. That's in my situation. That's why the whole universe is fucking separated. All the ghetto hoods, all my tattoos, all the ghetto hoods, all of them, every single one of them, hell on earth. Toxic love, broken codependence, all my tattoos on my body for a reason. All the suburbs, I'm in the burbs in Seattle right now. I'm just chilling in here every which way. I don't about nobody in the burbs. They were about me because my tattoos, prison tattoos, gang mafioso. And so they see me have a conversation. And all of a sudden, oh, your looks are deceiving. Like, yeah, I'm not just tell stories about robbery of life, mental health. That's all I care about. But you thought, thank you. What's the number one? Welcome to the live. Hello?
Hello?
Starting to catch on to the narrative. Although he, once again, I say respect once again. Nothing against your partner, you know, but what you call it, it's the Spanish culture. Like, I don't vibe with it because they can't teach me nothing. Respect, feel like I worked on myself, and I'm just telling stories to pay it forward. If you want to get destroyed, go for it. And once again, to call it, like to my kids, God's not suffering, you're suffering. Buddha's not suffering, you're suffering. All my tattoos for a reason. The question is why, and for how much or longer. And you, once again, for everybody out there, your belief's not the issue at all. That's to forewarn you. You can have the most empathetic, religious, spiritual person, atheist person in the universe, and then magically somebody comes in your fucking life and takes your energy, and they sell you a dream. Now you question your self-worth. You question your beliefs. Like I did my first baby moms. That's why de la calle, Spanish 101, guys. When I say de la calle, you know speak Spanish? That's Japanese to you, right? So this one right here says de la calle, Spanish 101 for the suburbs, street folk, for the ghetto hoods, hood niggas and shit, and the black market world. I don't fuck with de la calle. Zero. Fuck no. I'll be all their associates. I'll be the real support teams. If she's not the toxic or he's not the toxic, the environment's not the toxic, I'll even call him a friend. To call him a girlfriend? Fuck no. Very harsh to hear that, right? Why? I can't fix her to save her at all. If she's not on a healing journey, she won't work on herself at all. But what? Because she loves my energy, the conversation. A for fucking effort. And right conversations don't make you better people. Energy doesn't make you better people at all. How are you as a being on the overall? On top of that, if I date you, the potential partner, I date your whole universe. Not just you, your whole universe. What's your everyday life? What's your routine? Do you chill with people? Do you go out with people? What type of situation? Why all that? Why all these questions? Because I want to make sure we're compatible on the overall. I don't do traditional corny ways where we go on dates, get to know each other. No, ask you, what's your favorite color? What's your favorite? I don't respect it. I don't care about anything man made. Your favorite book can't talk to me. Your favorite color, your food can't talk to me. You can talk to me, but you don't have to. Nobody has to talk to me, nor you at all. That is everyone's gift. Choice of free will. End the story. You know, after once again, for everybody out there behind the screen, you know, to make it simple for you, you as one being, can you handle rejection? What? Can you handle rejection? 1,000%. Remember to warn you, nobody has to stay. Anybody can walk away whenever they want to. That is their choice if you will. And you can give your all, go to church, pray, manifest, do everything religious, spiritual, atheism. I don't care what you believe in respectfully. Because your belief's not leaving you. Your religion's not leaving you, you know? Your energy, your spiritual gift, they are leaving you. They are cheating on you. They're ghosting you. Yeah, there's a problem. That's what like Buddha. He taught mind and body to be selfish in a positive manner. Like he says, yo, like, why do that outside sources bother you? If you're adults, why? It's facts 1,000%, man. Yo, that's adult. Yo, that's not your kid. Don't stress about him too much, you know? But once again, like Buddha taught mind and body, I do mind and body and the person by your side. Why? Because relations can make you, break you, and they can definitely destroy you. If you allow them to destroy you, they shall. What do you mean if I allow it? I'm not dealing with toxicity. I don't worry about getting ghosted. They cheat on me. If they cheat on you, that's their choice if you will. Now, when they cheat on you, how will you react? How will you respond? Give them another chance. Let's go to counseling therapy, couples therapy, you know, or just walk away. Once again, I recommend walking away, but if you want to believe that higher source could change the ways, say that. Remember this, God didn't cheat on you. They did. So now what are you going to do with them, you know?
Shut the fuck up.
Your mother and father. Your mother and father. Your mother and your mother should have swallowed you. Your mother should have swallowed you. My tattoo, man. Yo, all you bullies, cyber bullies, keyboard trolls, your mother should have swallowed you. The universe would be better without you. If I could add more room to it, I have a little bit of room, but if I could add to it, I'm going to probably add to it and probably say, like, you know, You're here for a reason because you're a fuck up. If you don't ever start your healing journey, you will always be a fuck up to your last day in breath. Respectfully. First I'm sour, then I'm sweet. Because I would respectfully, it's the curveball. What? I just talk shit to you. I match energy. I'm being respectful about it, but I don't have to be. Every which way, my coworkers, they be laughing like, bro, you're a beast. I'm like, I keep it 1,000. Raw and real. I'm not here, so nobody a dream. You gotta change your ways. Potentially, God's just communication. What I say, my tattoo my back. God and beings, whatever your higher source is, we're all just communication. We're all messengers. I'm not being in C through Z. I could be your real support team, but you don't have to comprehend me. You want to go find your face? That is your just free will. You only as one being can do comprehension. Nobody is the one for nobody at all. Remember, you're not God, you're not Jesus, you're not the universe. You cannot take anyone's pain away. You wish you could, but you can't. Once again, you can be supportive, which I'm going to tell you my back. What can we do for each other? Everybody can do this. What is it? Heal, guide, support, uplift, for one, share love to each other. We can't do it for everybody, for sure. But remember this, you cannot fix, change, nor save anyone. You can save people physically, yes you can. Financially, you have money, yes you can. Emotionally, mentally, spiritually, no you cannot. That's their mental health, their depression, their anxiety, their toxic relationship. You can be supportive, but remember this, you save them physically because, once again, whoever, that's your best friend, your kid, whatever, but if they're stuck on the worst addiction universe, which is the emotional, mental, spiritual trauma bonds, they will go back, or they give their action another chance and have to come back into life. Yeah, like I did, like many of us do, because you think that maybe if they're changing, they can verbalize, I'm changing my ways, I'm going to therapy, I'm going to church. A for fucking effort. My tattoo, name my words, it's from a song, it's a hook, I believe, terminology-wise. It says, just don't listen with your ears, listen with your eyes too. If I have space, I'm going to add to it. Actually spell on the words. So they say they're changing their ways, but you gave your ex another chance, and they're still emotionally and spiritually abusive. They're still emotionally cheating. They're still being fuckboy fuck girls. So they said they changed their ways. How's that working out for you, respectfully? Facts, they'll be 1,000% every which way. To for one people. Once again, no one taught me this shit till I was 39. 18 at heart, just turned 45. The last 6 years of my life, blessed. May 30 be 6 years, my anniversary of what? The healing journey, mental health. Every which way, just to tell stories to pay it forward. So you don't stay in toxicity. Hey, number one, welcome to life. Respectfully. A lot of people, go yourself. Go for number one if you want to speak. If not, then I'll just continue on. Oh, never mind. They bounced out. As a forewarning, it's for everybody out there, because once again, all these little sayings for everybody out there. Hey, what's up, Vanessa? How you doing, Queen? Oh, yeah, by the way, guys, for everybody out there behind the screen, happy Easter. Pray Easter was good. If you celebrate, pray you had fun. Everybody behave, not misbehave. All that great jazz, But I'm going to tell my back and say, in this lifetime, a little riddle, right? In this lifetime, how many bodies are you going through to figure out what love is? How many tears are you shedding to figure out what love is? Respectfully. Another little I'm going to get to that. I'm going to say, do you know what love is? Do you comprehend what love is? If you know what it was, I promise you 1,000, you will not stay in toxic love, broken, codependent for too long. You know the door is right there. 1,000%. I guarantee you, if you comprehended what love was, you would leave a long time ago. There's no chances. Maybe they'll change the ways. Like, no. This is my life, and I'm walking away. I love you, babe, but I love myself more. I'm selfish in a positive manner, because if I don't got me, do you got me? You don't. We're bumping heads, so I got to go. And when they tell you out, well, you're breaking, you're just walking away. You're giving up on us. Well, you actually give up on yourself, because you wasn't ever ready for love. I've been ready for love. So, respectfully, I'm walking away. And an analogy metaphor, once again, I'm not even a poet. This is my first baby mom, like 26 years ago. Once again, when I say this, not physically, emotionally, and spiritually, it's better to die today and tomorrow. And what does that mean? To elaborate, so, let's say scenario, I'm going to have a girlfriend, which I don't, but let's say scenario, it's all lovey-dovey and bullshit. In the beginning, all that great jazz. And then 20 days in, let's say in the beginning scenario, I asked her, you jealous? She's not jealous. You controlling? She's not controlling. Just to let you know, to verbalize to you, day one, on their cell phone, until I do it on my live podcast. I do a lot of one-on-ones with queens, platonic, no passing boundaries. It's all platonic. I remember this. There's cyber queens. I don't know them like that. So, scenario, hey, what's up, Shelly? How you doing, queen? Welcome to life. Happy Easter. How you been? How's life? How's everything? Which I'm going to call a scenario. So, She says, no, I'm good. I'm not jealous, controlling. But let's say, once again, 20 days down the road, I actually see Loki, she is jealous. She is controlling. And if I want to bait it out, I already told you in the beginning, I actually say you're not. And remember, there's all these cyber queens to talk to on my podcast. In Seattle Face to Face, it's all platonic, no passion boundaries. I love you, I'll seize you, and that's it. So if you continue on with this jealousy issue, just to let you know, I'm going to walk away. What? I'm going to walk away. If I was you, I don't recommend this. But if I was you, date people that you're jealous. You're jealous, they're jealous. It's not going to work out because you'll be jealous of each other. Toxic as fuck every which way. But I don't deal with toxicity. I work to myself. I don't give a shit if you talk to guys. As long as it's platonic. But if you're emotionally cheating, passing boundaries, it's not going to work out. Because I'll walk away. Or if you want to, give you another chance, I'll match energy. Reverse psychology. If you're emotionally cheating, I will emotionally cheat. What? You don't like it? Nor do I. So you do your shit, I do my shit also. And don't bitch. You know, or we just squash it. I can handle rejection. Apparently you can't handle rejection because you want to keep trying. And when I told you it's not going to work out. If someone forewarns you, yo, chill out, it's not going to work out. My side, I'm cool, then you were the problem, respectfully. You know? Long time no see. I'm good. Just closed on my new house. I bought a move next week. I'm excited. Awesome. Congratulations. I'm asking, are you staying locally where you're from or different state? I'm asking. But that's awesome. That's beautiful. Every which way, you know. Once again, miss seeing your face. Thank you, Queen. Miss seeing your face also. You know, the energy. Once again, that's the cool thing about social media. You know, maybe locally where you're from, behind the screen, you have no like real support team. These conversations. It's like podcast in my van in Seattle. You know, find yourself 5 platforms on Facebook, Bigo, Meet Me, which is a day nap. We started to say this. I think day naps are corny because a lot of people, you know, pictures and bios and bullshit. But to have a conversation, fucking virgins, dead the fuck ass. Even face to face, even worse. But talk about lust, fuck all porn stars every which way. I want love, relationship. You ask about healing journey. What's that? You ask a lot of questions. Well, that's how you get to know people. But guess what? I know you're a boy or girl, you know. You don't know this conversation yet. Cool. But keep looking for love. Go through all those bodies and get destroyed. Exchange energy and hurt your own self. I pray for you, universe. I go my day. I go my life. Respectfully, you know. Missy, I'm from Washington, moving to PA. Oh, really? I thought you, oh, my bad. I thought you were in PA. I thought you were already... Yeah. So you've been in Washington all this time? My bad. I didn't know that. Well, have a safe trip out there. Be safe. You know, definitely observe your environment, your neighbors type of situation. I'm in, which is what, Montana, Minnesota? I could be wrong. Okay, but yeah, that's awesome. Congratulations. Have a safe trip every which way, and prayers that a better environment, better peoples. Remember that in life you can move every which way, so which is phenomenal. If you can afford it. Minnesota, yeah, by many hours. Awesome. Welcome to life number 1. You know. So once again, like that.
Kiara, did you go to school today and act out being sodomized in front of your teacher? Kiara, no, you know that's fucked up.
I don't know what's going on, but sure. Sorry about that, guys. You got a bunch of trolls on here, especially at night times. We spend, you know, the freaks come out at night, so you know that's when you have the people that are my tattoos and zombies. They're, once again, nothing wrong with casual drinking, casual marijuana, casual psychedelics, but when you need it. Codependency, that's called addiction, you know. So yeah, you have the zombies, the people that are drunk, high, sad, otherwise, because they can't feel their feelings. They don't want to feel their feelings, so they numb up. Somewhere in my body says, "No, I think it's my face, my arms." I have too many tattoos. What the fuck? That's Bigo. We spend all these apps in general. They're toxic, but Bigo is the worst out of all of them, every which way. Because why? I try to be supportive of other people's platforms, their live sessions, you know. All these platforms. When I was home, I was live on 10 platforms, 10 cell phones. And I try to be, once again, I scroll. I'm like, cool, let's see if there's Mrs. Positive out there. They'll bring like God, the universe, mental health. Do you just tattoo? Oh, yeah, I got my back tattoo. Yeah, my back tattoo. So I finished my cross officially, but as far as like, you know, like my healing notes, but now I have little gaps. So on the little gaps, I either put words or I'll put Bible scriptures in it, you know. But yeah, so it says to carve the outcome. Once again, not these man-made wars and game mafiosos, you know, country wars. Nah, the real word says. So it says. Let me think about it. I have terminology in my head. The real war starts every day. Bug down. Everything starts from home behind closed doors. Who is the slave master? Dash S. Who is the slave? Dash S. Everything starts from home behind closed doors. And to elaborate my personal experience, right? I think as my parents, my pops, my family, because they don't know this conversation till this day. Till this day, they don't know this conversation, and they potentially won't ever know this conversation. Because once again, religious talk, in their eyes, I'm gonna go to hell with my tattoos. All my tattoos are wrong. Even I tell them in Spanish, or Spanglish, I know it sounds crazy. I know you potentially, especially my pop. My father's well fucking known. He's well known. What's wrong with your son? All his tattoos. Is he doing drugs? Is he in gangs? I guarantee he gets all that fucking questions. And he probably always going to tell a lot not because of him, because of me. But once again, I told him I'm an adult type of situation. I know in your eyes what I did is wrong. But here's the kicker: you don't know what I'm trying to do to get people's attention. All my tattoos is not for validation. It's to get your attention. That's when you see I'm famous with my tattoos. Not because it means I'm part of it, right? Because, I love tattoos. Like, they got a bunch of tattoos. They would tell me, I love my tattoos. And they're sleeved the fucking head to toe. Deck the fuck out, right? They'd be like, I've never seen nobody with words. You just got words and, what are those, little paragraphs? Healing notes. What's it about? It's mental health. That's all it is. Mental health, the healing journey. That's it's all about, really, we just have a conversation, we're just chopping it up and, man, some deep shit. It's just straight to the point, huh? I'm just to get your attention. If it triggers you, that's my job, my gift. Now, the question is what we do with your triggers and your feelings, respectfully, So, that's why that new recent tattoo, when I was a little kid, right? So, my father works hard like great jazz, right? And that's why it's called the generation cycle. Now I know what my uncles of the way are, like my pops, right? They're changing to a certain extent, right? And my grandpa, their father, right? So my pops loves us. We go to church every Sunday, right? Born as a Catholic type of situation. So my mom was getting murked, verbally, physically, correct terminology, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. Us kids, all 7 of the same shit. And my pops love us. So my tattoo. So that means my father is a slave master. My mom and my 7 siblings were the slaves. So Mammy's slavery potentially died, quote unquote, by, legalism, quote unquote. No, behind closed doors, it never fucking dies. Everyone talks relationships. The queens typically, you're the fucking slaves, and us men more narcissistic, we're the slave masters. We're emotionally, cheating, emotionally and spiritually abusive, potentially physically abusive. So who's the slave master? Who's the slave? Behind closed doors. Straight to the fucking point. And once again, your belief's not the issue, because your belief's not whooping your ass. He's whooping your ass. And y'all love Jesus. God, amen. Hallelujah. Say whatever your belief is. I tell people, your belief's not the issue. You as beings is the issue. And once again, for everybody out there, you're praying to God, the universe, Allah. You're asking for a miracle, a sign. Spanish 101, hasta la puerta. The door is right there. I preach about doors. Every which way, imagine. Right here, the door for your mental health. Everyone talks relationship, you bitch about one door every morning, every night. But every other door, you love every other door. You love church, you love work, you love cancer, you love going to fucking, trips, whatever the fuck, man, made bullshit. Yeah, but guess what? Love it or hate it, you gotta go back to one person you bitch about every morning and every night. And it's not the kids, it's you two as a toxic ass couple, which I don't miss none of that bullshit. Fuck no. I tell my kids, I'm gonna teach you not to become your mother and father, And my ex and her hubby, I try to talk to her, forewarn them a little bit, because once again, that's not my relationship. That's my ex and mother of boys, the co-parenting. I just want to chill out. Y'all, once again, no relationship's perfect. We have flaws, right? But here's the kicker. If y'all keep bumping heads in front of the kids to hear all that bullshit, guess what? They potentially might do the same shit. But on my side, I'm going to warn them, you're becoming your parents. The original soul, and your mom's in a hubby type of situation. You're the dad. If you want to become us, go for it. Remember this, your belief's not the issue. Your belief's not sad, depressed, you are, and so on and so on. I don't miss none of that BS either. 1,000, fuck all that. Deadass, what's toxic? What's toxic? Dead the fuck, I won't ever deal with toxicity. I'll walk the fuck away. I'll forewarn you, but I'll walk away. You're gonna break up with me because I'm yelling? Yeah, I don't deal with that shit. Why can't you talk to me? Why you always yelling? So I respond, and you react. You're too narcissistic. I'm more empathetic wise. Different energies, different frequencies, different paths. I am love and lust. You're a toxic love and lust. It's not going to work out. But if I was you, I would date people like you. If I was you, date one off the rip. Just to let you know, I yell. I don't talk, I yell. What? Don't fucking sell. I took copy the fuck out. Don't sell dreams. All you boys and girls that sell dreams, you are the problem. Why can't do accountability and be honest? Because you're scared they're gonna reject you. They don't give you a chance. Why would I give you a chance? Dead the fuck ass. And then if you lie to me, yo, I know 1,000%. The door's right there. I'll just walk the fuck away. And if I do, that's not my feelings. Your feelings. You want to talk about it? My neck tattoo. You're my ex now. You want to figure out why it failed, so you don't do this again. And then once again, obviously you're going through the feelings. They can be cuss you the fuck out. Cool. Then I'll walk away. So you don't want to do no healing journey. Cool. Jump in another relationship, by the way. Do about it happen the whole face and go destroy people. Or you can go destroy it again. And then what? Just once again to carve the fuck out. In this lifetime, how many bodies are you going through to figure out what love is? How many tears you're shedding? My situation, like relationship bodies, only 4. Only 4. If you want to bring the whole picture, you know, I'm back in Seattle. Deadass, I did Fifth in 2011. I overaged myself. No healing journey. No healing journey. Just a journey. If there's Japanese to you guys, you're just on a journey. You can go to church. Yo, church is not an issue. You're the issue. You're in a toxic relationship. Both of you are the issue. But if both of you are the couple, you can talk about, you know, mental health. Be open-minded to the fullest. It's not going to work at all. What's the number 3? Welcome to life. It's not going to work at all. So, what are you guys going to be doing there? You know? And that's the shit for everybody out there. Your belief's not the issue. You two, the toxic people, is the issue. On top of that, if you're doing the opposite attract, why? Dead the fuck ass why? You can't fix, change, or save anyone in the universe. You go there and guide them. But if they're not changing their life in a positive manner and they take energy, why are you there for? Because they're beautiful. Beauty can't talk to you. Lustfully, yes, they can. But verbally cannot talk to you at all. Bodies, same shit. Lustfully, not verbally. That's it to keep it simple for everybody out there. But I'm going to tell you on my body, I date your mind as an associate, as a friendship, especially as a partnership. Because your mind, not your fucking brain, your mind tells your mouth to move and talk to me, have a conversation. Your mouth tells you, your mind tells your fingertips to message me. End the story. I date your mind. I don't give a shit about your Gucci, Prada, your house. I don't give a shit about that. It's irrelevant. Because that can't talk to me at all. You can. But you don't have to. That is your choice of free will. Nobody has to talk to nobody at all. Anybody can walk away whenever they want to. That's everyone's choice and free will. But once again, as beings, like, why do you want to do opposite attract? Just to be different, because they intrigue you, because you think you're the one. Remember this, everyone does what? We all play the Rosenthal sob story. Boo-hoo me, I don't have no parents. Boo-hoo me, my ex destroyed me. Boo-hoo me, I can't see my kids. Yeah, it's pretty shitty, right? But here's the kicker. If you're as one being, you're doing good on the overall, why do you want to get involved with somebody as a partner that's going to a toxic situation, mental health issues? If they tell you what they want to rip, yo, I got depression, and you don't have depression, why do you want to get with them? Maybe you're the one. Nobody is the one for nobody at all. You can be supportive, but if shit turns toxic, the door's right there. Especially with adults, don't feel guilty. For everybody out there, do not feel guilty. I tell queens all the time, remember this to remind you, that's an adult. He's an adult. He's got parents and siblings more likely, right? He's got family and friends. So stop being his babysitter, his mother, his father's probationer. Let him fuck up. That's not your fucking kid. Once again, but if you want to be the one that think you're Jesus, the universe, go try to save him. Go find your face. It's not even about being right. I'm here for you. When it destroys you, I'm here for you. And it's not even about being right. And remember this, I'm not Jesus, I'm not the universe. I cannot take your pain from you at all. But I can tell you stories. Every which way, every which way. So, once again, for everybody out there. But let me play some clips really fast, guys, before I get going, because I'm going to do a quick live. Tomorrow I'll be out here, because I'm going to start doing Monday nights with XJ Baby, I believe, on Bigo. Because she wants to do like a little positive, which I've been doing in general wise, but she wants to do, I guess, like a collab type of situation and push it on other platforms. I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely down. This is all I talk about. I don't give a shit. Respect everything man made. Like, the news, respect, I pray for the universe, and I go on my day, on my life. Like, I have no money and power to get involved with that. Even if I did, I still would not get involved with it. If I did, low key, behind the scenes, not public, nothing on social media, because remember this, in this man-made bullshit universe, who runs it? All these weak-ass fucking elites and boys and girls. They're not men and women, cosmetically men and women, but they're boys and girls, because their God and love is horizontal. My God and love is vertical. That's what I was saying. And that's just sponsored by Johnny Chang. He's a religious talk. He's a beast. My mentors are Johnny Chang, religious talk, Sati Tim, Buddhist teachings, and then Laura Wheeler, mental health. You can't afford counseling therapy. Go to Spotify. Go to YouTube. But Spotify's life. Type in Laura Wheeler. Binge that shit. She's a beast, man. She breaks it down to the fullest. Once again, me as a being, I don't give a shit about the brain, but because once again, college for counselor therapist, for psychology, psychiatrist, all the good shit. So she'll do the dopamine, the chromium, the front vortex. Me when I hear that, it's like Japanese to me. I respect it. I don't give a shit about the brain, because the brain can't talk to me at all. The mind can, and nobody in the universe can point to the mind at all. Nobody knows where the mind's at. But you can point it. Yes, a brain's just a fucking organ. That's all it is. Your mind. And then spirituality talk, religious talk, your mind is in heaven, your mind is in a different timeline, quote unquote. You're just living the human experience, quote unquote. And that's all it is, to your last day in breath. That's why you do this healing journey for yourself, not nobody else. If you can guide for others, awesome, pay it forward. Must definitely do that. But once again, to remind you, you cannot take nobody's pain for nobody at all. Just to warn you, once you start doing your healing journey more in the waking woke journey, you're going to see everybody suffer really fucking bad. But that's how you warn them, check out. I know you like this person, but from the outside looking in, you're not ready for the situation, Or I can tell they're toxic, negative energy. My tattoos, if you're a square, all of your love, overall, if you're traumatized, you better do your journey, or just in a journey in general. I know on the overall, you're a pathetic person. You're more mindful, you respond, etc. If you're a circle, you're too narcissistic. That's on my tattoos. You're the bad boy, the bad girl, the fuck boy, the fuck girl, the bully, the racist. If you're a zombie, the worst of all of us, you're the zombie, the addict, and addiction. So I'm a square. I don't fuck with circle of zombies. Respectfully, I'll be all of them. I'll be their associate. I'll be the real support teams. Once again, if they aren't too toxic, the environment's too toxic, I don't even call them a friend. Right? To call her my girlfriend? Fuck no. Why would I date a bad girl, fuck girl, a bully, a racist? Why would I date a zombie and act and addict? Because she's beautiful? OnlyFans, $1 billion? She's fucking viral? I don't give a shit about status, because status can't talk to me. Status not being mean to me. She's being mean to me. She's being toxic. There's the problem. She is. So why would I bring toxicity into my life? Because I think I can make her life better? Sure. Hold hand, guide her as an associate, a real support team. Maybe once again, a friend, but boyfriend? Fuck no. That's why I'm 4 years single type of situation. I don't date girls at all. Zero. Only women in the healing journey, preferably awakening. These conversations, every which way, because if not, it's not going to work out at all, to form people. Deadass, and I keep it 1,000 day one off the rip. If you're a potential partner, if y'all want, once again, y'all want to do love relationships, what I say to the fullest, if you both want love, especially if you're both doing this healing journey type of situation, if you can't talk about everything open-mindedly, freely, then what are you guys doing there? If you're working on yourself, what are you doing there? But if you want to find your face, go find your face. Go get the dream. And then what? Gotta change your ways. Gotta change their ways. That's not factual. God's just communication. He gave everybody choice of free will. No one's got to change at all. At all. And once again, you want to stay for too long, go for it. That's why, once again, I already have a tattoo at 39 right here. I'm going to get tattooed in the next session, which is in May. I have like 3 sessions. 3 2-hour sessions. I'm going to tattoo 7 and 12. That's my other numbers. Why? To my one-on-ones. To, the scenario I'm doing one-on-one. She's talking about toxic relationship with her partner. Let's say scenario, ask you, Queen, how long you been with them? About a year. Okay, so on the overall, how has it been good? The last 7 months been pretty bad. So, okay, so a year. Positive is just a year only, right? So I'm going to throw numbers at you to put fear in a positive, to plant a seed of fear. Go for it. You ready to do 7 years? Like, nah. Okay, we can realize no. Cool. So the idea that we keep talking, so in a year from now, I'm going to ask you the same question. If we're still talking, And let's say the scenario kicks in, it's year 2, pretty much still talking here and there. You're still with them, right? Yeah. So remember, I told you in 7, right? So you're 2 years in. You're due for 5 more years? Nah. Remember this. So we're talking. I'm going to ask you again the same time. It's been 3 years now. And that's my number 7 and 12. Because my first baby mom was 12 years too long, so I walked away. No healing journey, just in a journey. I cannot teach nobody about this shit. Because if I could, respond and say this, the mother of boys, 7 years, there would be no chance. We would just be associates, maybe potentially friendships. But girlfriend, respectfully, fuck no. I don't deal with toxicity. That's why the mother of boys respect. I tell you, nothing against you. I know our culture 1,000%. I don't date brown girls, Spanish girls, Hispanic and Spaniards, only Spanish women, which is fucking very rare. I might as well go buy a scratch ticket. A lot of tickets, I respect when I say this. in the healing journey, prefer awakening woke journey, because a lot of in the Spanish culture, many cultures too, but I can't speak on their behalf. They're like, Christian, they're religious. Christian, Catholics, Jehovah. Nothing's wrong with religion, but I know them. Like, well, God could change his ways. Queen, if that's factual, want me to throw you like a little curveball for you to get your attention? Look at your parents still together, miserable as fuck. Aunties, uncles together, tios and shit together, miserable as fuck. Your abuelitas, grandparents together to this day, still miserable as fuck. More on the female side. Your future's in front of your face. You want to become your toxic family? You want to be your toxic, deal with your toxic father, toxic uncle, toxic grandpa? Go for it. Go become them, respectfully wise. And when you stay for too long and you finally leave, I can't tell you that one day, we all say the same shit. I wish I was younger. I wish my parents, they don't know this. Your family did the best they could. Your parents did the best they could. Trust, if they knew these conversations, they'd have been talking to you about this. They would have forewarned you more likely, like I do with my 8 kids. If not, because they don't know. What's the number one? Welcome to life. How's it going?
Chilling, dog. What's going on?
Chilling. Oh, what's up, Amber? How you doing? Welcome to life. We're just talking about toxic relationships and healing journey, mental health. Don't stay for too long. Nobody's the one for nobody at all. You're not God, Jesus, the universe to form people, because people that are too pathetic, we think we're fixers, changers, saviors. Maybe I am the one that can give this person love. You can, as long as they match energy and they give you love. But if they take energy, that's toxic love. So why are you doing toxicity for? If you're loving the overall, why deal with toxicity for? And for everybody out there, the door's right there. That's the miracle, the sign for the universe, God, Buddha, whatever you believe in, what? It's that door right there. You can leave whenever. Anyone can leave whenever they want to. No one's gonna stay. Zero. Especially if you get femme for yourself. To form people. So, but once again, I make it sound easy because I worked on myself. A lot of people are stuck in toxic relationships. They don't know how to do that yet. Yet. I'll tell you, if you're stuck in toxic relationships, reach out for everyone's guidance. Reach out for help to the fullest. Like, this shit hurt. It's gonna hurt. Every which way. That's why you have two addictions, right? You have the physical addiction, which is man-made bullshit, which is what? The zombies. Because drugs, alcohol, pills, which I say, the bottle, alcohol, drugs, and then Skittles. Because why? You take your pills and bullshit. I'm sorry?
Photo is good. Damn, my bad, bro. I didn't mean to leave.
No, it's cool. No, people come and go. You're totally good. Don't. You're totally good. And then the other addictions, the emotional, mental, spiritual trauma bonds, that's the ones that you give each other chances. 1,000 chances. You can break up, they break up. You both move on, you come back to each other. That's the worst addiction right there. Because only you can break that emotional, mental, spiritual trauma bond. Nobody can do it for you. God can't break it for you. I can't break it for you. Only you can when you're ready to let go, do closure for yourself, comprehend why it failed to do comprehension. Now you can walk away. Now once again, all your exes are going to test you. To form you, God, the universe is always going to test you. You can say no contact. You can move away fucking from North Pole to the South Pole. But magic is somehow God, the universe, will align you guys, and you will see each other face to face. You can block each other on social media. No contact. But what are you going to do when you physically see each other? And that's the true test for you as a being, 1,000%. You can say, I let him go. If I see him, nothing's going to happen. Bet. Just listen with your ears. Listen with your eyes, too. I actually spell the words every which way, like the mother of boys. Why do you think I could bullshit with her, chop it up? We have better friends with the partnership, because I worked on myself. She's someone working on herself, but she does not know the conversation. That's why it's easier said than to do co-parenting type of situation, because she has her beliefs, I got my beliefs, and I don't hold back. That's why I tell you, you don't know me, you know of me, the old version of myself, 7 years, the old version of myself, that's 7 years. Yes, the last 6 years now, you don't know me. You know of me. You only see me on the weekends. Maybe sometimes twice a week. So you don't, of me. Because if you knew me, you'd be, once again, we would be a couple. That's your boyfriend. I'm not your boyfriend. We're doing co-parenting. I don't have a girlfriend. On top of that, I don't deal with toxicity, because I'll walk the fucking way. Arguing? What arguing? I won't deal with arguing. That's why, once again, they went off the river with potential to be. We have all these conversations. So to forewarn her what she's about to get into, if she's ready for love, if she's ready for all my conversations. If she's not, it's not going to work out. No hard feelings. We can be associates. Or once again, if she's not the toxic, we can potentially become friends. If I'm still to foreigner, if I'm still, if you're, I'm single, you're single, and you're evolving, and progressing, potentially we could try it then. But for now, it's not gonna work out. I'm forewarning you, it's not gonna work out. I can see energy 1,000%. I can see the future in a positive manner because as we're speaking in my head, I'm observing and judging you as a being to comprehend you, to see potential we can do this. If not, but if you want to learn the hard way and fall on your face, we can do this. Your feelings are my feelings, you know. Either drama at the door, 1,000%, 1,000%. If you're doing the healing journey, right, you're working on yourself, or you're working on yourself, why do you want to deal with toxicity? Why do you deal with drama? And don't be scared to walk the fuck away. Why? That's not your fucking kid. If that's an adult, quote unquote, yo, I said, might even get a tattoo on me. Yo, stop being their babysitter, their mother, their father, their probation officer. That's not your fucking kid. That's an adult. There might be an adult kid acting like a little kid. Yeah, they're too narcissistic. They're having tantrums. You're not. So they react to narcissistic. You respond. You're empathetic. Love, God, yin yang, whatever term. It's all telling my body for a reason. So why do you want? Because remember this. A lot of us grew up in toxic environments or families. You grew up with toxic love. You don't know what love is. You might got a glimpse of love. Why do you compare your parents as siblings to other parents as siblings? I wish my parents like that. With my brother, yeah, because they're more empathetic. Your family's more narcissistic. Traumatized every which way. Duh. Respect when I say that. That's why we date. Analogy, metaphor, not physically. You date to be your narcissistic fathers with your partners. Every which way, because you accept bullshit by your side, because you grew up with bullshit. If they actually get love, authentic love, unconditional love, I promise you 1,000 in the beginning, you would call it boring. It's scary. You know, because there's no fucking toxicity at all. They don't yell. They're not jealous, controlling. Yeah, I'm going to bail. I'm going to tell my friends, okay, go have fun, be safe. What? So you're not going to get mad? Why? I'll call you out. Did your exes get mad? Get jealous and trolling? No, I don't deal with that bullshit. No. So my situation potential to be, my next tattoo, Queen, just let you know, see my tattoos? I'm not your ex. Ex is your past fan, your toxic love, trauma, no child trauma. I don't know you. I am today, now the present. Keeping the present best as possible. If there's triggers and traumas you're going through, let's talk about it to fullest. But to remind you, I'm none of that. I don't know you like that. I'm not trying to hurt you, work to myself as a being. So, are you ready for this? If not, because once again, you can compare me to your exes in a positive manner, but if it's a negative manner, you don't compare me to your exes, I'm not none of them. I might have potential to think that they did. I would tell you, okay, chill out. I used to do that, the words myself. Now let me elaborate why I did what I did, not knowing. Now I'm talking to you. So, you know, if you keep doing this, once again, you can't take my energy. The over myself, you would take my energy. I would shut down every which way because no one taught me this shit. So now I worked on myself. But if you keep doing that, you're traumatized with your exes. I'm sorry they hurt you. So if I was you, date people like you that are traumatized, that they talk about their exes all the time. That was comparing. I don't recommend it. It's not going to work out. But, you know, my situation, I'll walk away respectfully. Because I don't deal with toxicity. And respect, if you're too traumatized, I can't fix you or save you at all. I'm not God, Jesus, universe. That is your feelings. That is your trauma. But once again, we can talk about it. We don't have to. But if not, then what's going to happen? 1,000%, you're going to build walls. Count with Jesus. I crucified some of my tattoos, right? I'm going to get crucified, and you need your space. How you been? Hey, what's up, super baby? How you doing, Queen? How's it going, life? Doing good. How you doing? How's life? How happy Easter? Or belated Easter? How's life? How's your health? How's everything? Been a minute. You know, but I'm doing good. Just here in Seattle. You know, live podcast, living in my van, 6 days in Seattle, a day back home with my kids, co-parenting, go to my home. Mother's daughter, respect. Feel like, for everybody out there, all you single parents, and then, you know, parents in general wise, try to give yourself grace. Because remember, that's the worst people you get to show with your words is who? Your partners, especially your kids. To forewarn you. Everybody else, yes, you can hurt your siblings, family, friends, you can hurt the feelings, yes, 1,000%. But you can kiss them and make it 1 billion times. Your partners can be hard, especially your kids, and that's why you try to be, you know, give yourself grace. And forewarn them, yo, like, I'm sorry, like to my kids, you heard many sorries that are in my mouth, many sorries, right? But I was just on a journey, not a healing journey. I was having a lot of stress with your moms, a lot of pressure on me, you know, working all these multiple jobs, trying to make this money, and with all these kids, because the 80 you guys, I'm always broke up in a situation, but it's not you. It's that I was being careless, not knowing, and I didn't see a future in a positive manner, because once again, I had no guidance in life. I was just winging it, and I don't want you to I tell my 8 kids, I want you to become your mother and father, and then learn the hard way and wing life. That's not going to be healthy for you. To stress yourself out every which way, why? You know, once again, I tell my kids, all young cats, marriage and kids, wait till you're 30, 40 years old. Make sure you're established for yourself. The potential to be they're established and they're doing the healing. Then maybe you can try this love, relations, marriage, kids, and family. If not, either you do a thick and thin, corny ass ways, like your toxic family, or you join the baby mom, baby father divorce club. We got milk cookies for you, respectfully. I don't to become us. You know, I worked on myself. I can handle all this. Once again, like, I'm going to tell you in the next session, right? All my kids' names, and then I would have had a ninth kid. I would have had a third baby mom. But once again, she made her own choice, not knowing, because I was not informed. And she had an abortion type of situation. So, once again, I have all these tactics for a reason. To call me the fuck, because we spend, I say this, like, with all the technology, all the resources, there's so much, you know, you can investigate all this, feeling to the fullest. So I'm going to tell my back right and say, to call me out, and say, you know, for all your virgins, you know, when you have TOC sex intercourse, you get energy from a bond, soul tie, trombones. They tell you about twin flame trombones. Potentially catch what? Feelings, STDs or babies. Control and protect energy best as. If not, comma, to kill or not to kill, respectfully, right? And I'm going to tell on the bottom of that, might you make a shirted hoodie to call everybody the fuck out, because respectfully, I'm tired of the whole universe's excuses. Respectfully, it's in the saying, if gay people know they cannot have babies, why do straight people act like virgins? Respectfully, shots fired. What? Y'all not ready to have kids, right? But you're porn stars prior to that, and you can use protection, and you didn't, or that 1%, whatever 0.01% chance, and yeah, shit just got real. And all your bullshit excuses, well, it's not being informed. Yo, when you fucking pull a test and it says you're pregnant, you're pregnant. The seed has been planted. That's why I'm with my tattoos. Call me the fuck. Don't. Yo, God's not about to do abortion. You're not ready. But you were porn stars. Now shit got real. You're both acting like virgins. I tell queens all the time, yo, you ever become mother and father? What? No one's got to stay. But don't worry, I got my tattoos reason. All you deadbeat mothers, deadbeat fathers, do not say God love, higher source of the universe. You can give up on your ex. That's an adult, quote unquote. Your kid, that seed, that's your inner child. They don't have a chance. They get traumatized every which way because they won't have that mother-father experience. Why their little classmates talk about that? Where's your dad at? I don't got a dad. I don't got a mom. Yeah. They're fuck. They're destroyed every which way. So that's why I speak the way I speak. Keep it 1,000. I don't hold back. If I hurt your feelings, that is my job, my gift. Now, what will you do with your feelings that I just hurt? And the best part behind the screen, if I'm a nobody to you, and tell you in the cyber universe, we're nobody to nobody, because we're cyber people, we don't exist, then I did my job, that's my gift. Now, what will you do with your energy? What will you do with your feelings? You should worry about somebody's physical beings that you know. Worry about those people, because those are basically your bullies type of situation. That's your trauma type of situation. I am not. But if you want me to be, I can be. And that's why I tell people as being is like, I love haters. I love people. Because guess what? I promise 1,000 every time they wake up, before they pray, God, to whomever, I love my kids, I love the universe. No, I am in their minds, their mansion, that they're paying my neck tattoo that I just added in their life. Before they pray, fuck that motherfucker with tattoos. The first thought, I know 1,000%. Yo, why do you have me take your energy? Why do you let anyone take your energy? Deadass, so don't do it to yourself at all, to form people. But let me pick up this, guys, and I gotta get going. But I'll be back once again tomorrow night. Because I'll be on here with XJ. For sure, actually, about XJ. I think Baby, that's her username. Don't quote me now, but co-host type of situation because she wants to do something positive. Which I was like, yeah, I'm definitely down. So she'll do more of the talking. I'm very patient. I can sit there and stay quiet best as possible, And I told her, you can invite people in the box wise or in the comments. I just observe people's energy. Like, as long as we're adults, all my conversations be cool, but if it's going to cause like a lot of altercations and bullshit, more on the male side, on your side, just be ready to mute people. Forewarn them for sure. If not, then mute them. If you have to boot them, you have to boot them. I go, that's a tell. Don't be. Remember this, behind the screen guy with cyber people who don't exist. Technically speaking, we don't exist. So don't feel guilty blocking people. Self-and tattoo. Anyone bothers me on any platforms, or like you get these trolls and bullshit and through your own phone personal texts. About whatever they're sending you type of situation, just block. You won't ever get a text from that phone number ever again, at all. Until they create another number, right? And same thing, email, all that shit. Like, yo, the less stress in your life, the better for yourself. Why allow people to take your energy? I promise you 1,000, that's the less stress in your life. You'll be a lot better for yourself. And overall, if you're a square empathetic person, if you can't control the energy, you don't know how to do that yet, karma yet, then the only Bible, promise thousand, only Bible squares, empathetic people, religious people, spiritual people, they're more loving, more mindful, more compassionate, more, respond. They respond, they don't react for the most part. You'll have a better outcome in life, even though you don't know this conversation to the fullest yet. You avoid people that turn out sick, they react, they don't respond, they just want wars and bullshit, zero way and no way, a bunch of drama and stress and bullshit. Fuck all that. Don't deal with them at all. I can deal with them. 90% of the universe, you don't have to do that yet. Because I feel, being me and if you feel guilty for being mean, fuck all that. It's match energy with psychology. That's my situation to everybody out there. If you play dumb, I'll play dumber. If you play stupid, I'll play stupider. If you can't have words, please don't open your mouth. I'll traumatize the shit out of you. You can try. I don't give a shit about words. How to deal with people that like seeing people go through shit. People like that, can't just cut them off. Like, that's negative energy. Like, people that thrive to see other people go through that toxicity or bad times, they're bad people. Too narcissistic. They're bully type of situation. Because remember this. If you're doing good in life, that's when they call you out. You think you're better than us. You're whatever. Whatever some bullshit ass comment like, nah, I'm just working on myself. Like me, 6 years ago almost. May 3rd to be 6 years. My family and friends, getting better than us. I'm like, when did I say I was better? So I'm doing my healing journey, my mental health. You can do the same shit if you want. Are you telling my real support team? They'll hold my hand guiding me? If not, I don't want to deal with that shit. Then you were the problem. So just cut them off. I cut off a hell of people 6 years ago. Deadass. I cut off a lot of people. Where I'm from, Eastern Washington, I have a hell of family. They're blood family, but once again, I don't really talk to them. I see only so many of them, that's it. But everybody else, we see each other, common curious, I'll say hi. They just look at me and say, fuck you. I don't give a shit about words. But that lets me know I live in the head rent free, because every time they see me, guess what? Before they pay the God, whatever, there's my family member, fuck him. The first thought, verbally and mentally, yep. I live in your head rent free. I'm eating my popcorn. I'm watching Colorado Beauty, smile on your face, living the rent free. Why do you allow me to live in your head rent free? Why do you allow anybody to live in your head rent free? The less stress in your life, the better for yourself. And once again, people that love to see other people suffer, don't be with them. Don't vibe with them. They're not good for you. But once again, yes, it will feel different. It will feel like, that you're wrong. It's mean. Yeah, trust me, I'm born as a Catholic. I make it sound so in the beginning, I was like, fuck, I know they're not good people. It's all shit, they bully others. That's my cousin, that's my people. It's like, right, but they're not good people in general. So why are you around them for? I call it the fuck out. People I get triggered, especially on the male side. With Jesus bully, with Buddha, Muhammad, I doubt it very much. So why are you bullying? People struggle every which way. So I love you, but as a kicker, I love myself more. So I'm gonna show you love from a distance. What? You're gonna cut me off because of that? Yes. I don't deal with toxicity. To call me the fuck out. Anyone that bullies anybody is not a good person. I tell my kids all the time. Because obviously, yes, they're kids. Yes, they're growing because they're done this conversation. I go, your parents will teach you on your side. Every time I see you, I'll teach you my side. Anyone that bullies anybody is not a good person. You're my own kid. I don't give a shit. Not bullying is wrong every which way. So what I say, anyone that bullies you, good for what? For the streets, toxic love. You're not good for the home's love. Because I know in your home, you're the problem. I hurt my kids' feeling type of situation. Yo, papi, I'm here for you. I'm trying to warn you, man. But once again, you don't have to compare. You're too young for this, quote unquote. But here's the kicker: no school will teach you what I teach you. All my tattoos, they won't teach you none of this at all. Maybe potentially, if you decide to go to college and be a counselor therapist, a college psychiatrist, potentially even then. But I'm in Seattle. I have to debate with a lot of them because my tattoos, they get their attention, and I don't ask them if they're a counselor therapist, psychiatrist, a life coach, none of that. They verbalize it. Well, I'm a counselor. Like, cool, that's awesome. So how long you been doing it for? 4 years, 10 years? Oh, can we have all my debate, all my conversations? No, there's not a race of competition, but I just want to see where your mindset is at. Because you have all these clients, they have their mental health issues, right? So you should kind of know this things about feelings. You should comprehend them already. If not, if this conversation triggers you, remember this reminds you, I am a nobody to you in Seattle. Physical beings talking to each other. Only reason why you're speaking to me about this, because my tattoos. If I had no tattoos on my body, we would not speak anything about this. I trigger a lot of them. Respectfully, I tell me, how the hell are you a counselor therapist and you're dating, a zombie, addict and addiction. You're in a toxic love, broken, coded relationship. You're scared to divorce. Or you're the zombie, the addict and addiction. So how make that make sense? Respectfully, So for everybody out there, don't deal with toxicity. Cut everybody off if you have to. You know? And once again, don't hang out with bullies because they're not good people. And if they're bullying other people, 1,000% they're going to bully you eventually. They will talk about you. Every which way. So why deal with toxicity for? That's what I'm saying. If you're a square, to make your life better, only vibe with squares. I promise you 1,000% the $1 billion I don't have, you will have a better life on the overall because you have way less stress. You'll walk away from bullshit. Like, yo, and remember, you can provide boundaries, but no one has to respect your boundaries. So if they don't respect your boundaries, what are you choosing? What are you doing? Give them a shot, you know, to thick and thin, or just walk away. Remember, as adults, just walk away, man. If you hurt, they're not your feelings. They're their feelings. Once again, use terminology-wise, yo, brother, sister, cousin, best friend, if you want to talk about your feelings, we can, but you don't have to. That is your just free will. I just done with toxicity. I just move on type of situation. Maybe down the road we can have this conversation, but for the time being, I will show it from a distance. Some people are going to come out completely cold turkey, or I do common courtesy. And once again, they don't have to respond to you at all. They can just look at you, cuss you out, you know, roll their eyes, whatever it is. Like, yo, they're bitter, not you're bitter. So once again, that like more over myself, I used to be like that. Nothing crazy, but like I can cut people off to the fullest every which way. But I was really mindful. Okay, so they're going through shit in life. Maybe in toxic relationships. Facts. It's like king 1,000. So let me ask a question. Like what y'all do now? 6 years. Anybody? Yo, you okay? You go with your feeling? Everything okay at home? How your parents doing? What's all these questions about? It's direct because everything comes from home. You know, and then your parents, how your parents doing? Y'all get along? In Seattle, once again, some young teenagers are blunt. Fuck my dad, fuck my mom. I don't know from Adam. That's a simple question. What let me know? But she's traumatized every which way. And I tell them, I apologize once again in this conversation. We can switch the subject if you want to, but to warn you, like you definitely have the right to feel the way you feel 1,000%. But the intent not to feel like that forever. And to, you know, once again, give your parents grace as best as possible because if they're not talking to you like I'm talking to you, they don't have this conversation. You know, like I'm saying at the Seattle Farmers Market, I bet there's my father. That's my pops. You know, you gotta love him, you talk to him, whatever, but you know, oh, your dad's cool, but yes, okay, he's cool with you guys. You didn't grow up with them, live with them respectfully. But yeah, he changed ways in a positive manner best as possible, you know? So, I tell the young cats in Seattle, yo, give yourself grace, give yourself grace. You know, do your healing journey, mental health. If you're out, have a conversation, if you want to, about mental health, I got you. Parents, I got you every which way, remember this, but you can't change or save anyone in the universe at all. You know, to warn you, don't try to be like the too empathetic person because not knowing you will sabotage your life. You hurt yourself not knowing because you don't have conversation yet. You know, and that's the downfall of being too empathetic. You want to overlove, overgive to everybody out there. We have people sob stories, we think we're like Superman, Superwoman. You're not. Nobody is. So that's keep it house and keep it simple. You're not God, the universe at all. You don't have that gift. My scenario, let's say like God the universe gave me the gift to take people's pain away. Even if I could, I knew 1,000% I could be like Jesus, I still wouldn't do it for you. Why? And wasn't trying a lot of people. What do you mean you want to take my pain? Why? What? Because you won't ever learn. You won't comprehend what is it? You want to comprehend why you feel the way you feel, because you will run from it. You did no healing journey, no mental health. You did no comprehension. I promise 1,000% if I took it from you, you will fall on your face again. You're gonna toxic relationship once again. And then you come back to me, guess what? Second toxic relationships, can you take this pain away from me? You learned from the first one? That's what I told you. Now you're doing a second one? I told you. It wasn't going to work out. So, you know. But once again, I say all respectfully. Oh, shoot. I do like 15 minutes, got them out. And these clips eventually I'll upload on my platform. So I borrow people's clips and share them. So I'm not speaking, somebody else's.
You go through a breakup, right? A lot of the times you hear people say, well, if you really loved them, you wouldn't have let them leave. So when you hear that, my first reaction is to think, well, I begged, pleaded, and prayed on my knees for her not to leave. I did everything I could. There was nothing else I could have done. And the right answer to that is no. You would have done what you were supposed to do the entire time so that it didn't build up so that they would leave. And I'm just like...
And when you said it, 1,000% factual. That's when relationships fall apart every which way. The intent to figure out, okay, why did it fail? No relationship perfect. We do our flaws right, but here's the kicker: is that more on my side or their side, or was it both of us? If you don't comprehend the reason why your exes failed, you would date your exes, all your exes, in a new body. That's why anyone that said that corny ass line, all my exes are toxic, all my exes are crazy, because you're toxic and you're crazy. All you know is what? Like I used to, toxic love, broken, coded relationships. You will get chances upon chances. I promise you will. So that's why when you touch a relationship, you go to toxicity, you collect red flags, you don't observe the red flags, you collect very little green flags. In the beginning, everyone says the same shit. Every being says the same shit, not your belief. Doesn't matter about what you believe. I'm going to tell my body, the first time in the Bible, what to say? In the beginning. So when you touch relationships, whoever reach out for help, for guidance, therapy, counselor, the priest, social media, everyone has the same shit. Well, John Maria, how are they in the beginning? Well, in the beginning, they were lovey-dovey. Yeah. So to carve it out, it's going to say, I have to figure out how to word it, but it's going to say, like, in the beginning, ... love. Because every conversation starts with love. Love is the answer of all, right? If you comprehend that, right? Then it's going to say, when either so or when did it go to toxic love? When did the sparks start ending? When the red flags start happening? When they start passing boundaries? When did you start passing boundaries? What? Yeah, everyone does the same shit. We're all robotic. Everybody's robotic. That's what it means to be. And I don't give a shit about nothing man-made. Race, religion, culture. I care about you as beings. All I see, once again, square circle zombies. I'm in Seattle. I'm in the suburbs of the north side, so I see a shitload of squares. Queens for sure. A lot of kings too for sure, every which way. I know this for them, I'm Japanese, every which way. I go downtown the south side to get a hood. Fuck, hella circles, hella zombies. Right now, nighttime in the burbs, I'm right here in the Ballard side type of situation. You have two types. You have homeless, traumatized, they don't do a shit with nobody, understandable, so that's why they avoid everybody best as possible, because they have a lot going on. Then you have those zombies, on my this reason, the addicts and addiction. They're here right now staring at the wall, literally staring at the wall. I look at them just like, I pray for them. I pray for the universe. I have compassion for the universe, but I don't feel sorry for the universe. There's so much resources to get help and guidance, man, but I get it, comprehend addiction 1,000%. I have no physical experience, but I need 1,000%. I don't want to become like all my family and friends, be cooked up a situation. And to this day, a lot of them are still like Chuck. Talk about God, I'm like, yeah, but here's the kicker to reform you. Your God in love is drugs, alcohol, pills. I have a tattoo for all your addicts out there with man bullshit. The bottle doesn't need you, whatever your addiction is, a physical addiction. All capital letters. You need the bottle. Period. Why? Question mark. What? That's my boy. People say that's some deep shit. It's straight to the point. To call, your God in love is drugs, alcohol, pills, respectfully. You can talk about your kids, marriage, Buddha. I've heard it all. Your belief's not the issue. You are the issue. 1,000%. You don't want to feel your feelings. Because I promise you, when you're high drunk, you speak to everybody. I've heard so many stories. Stuff like God, I have another family, ask projection, ancestors, right? And when you sober up back to this fucking vessel, this avatar, how's life for you? How your feelings doing? You don't want to feel them. Run. You're like Forrest Gump, run to the bottom. Go get high, go get drunk. Feel better. Numb the fuck up. And we sober up, oh shit, back to reality. How's that shit working out for you? How many more days, weeks, years to be? Years. You're going to be a zombie for 30, 50 years of your life? You are the problem in your life, respectfully. I'm sorry that you got traumatized as a kid. In middle school, high school type of situation. Yeah, it sucks, right? We're all traumatized, but that's not the answer to life, respectfully. All life is within you. The Bible is about what is your body, what is in your body. I don't say, Jesus, Christ consciousness type of situation. That's your healing journey. When you're woke, I'm going to say I'm Jesus, but you become Jesus basically wise. Like, I don't have to get to people's pain away, but I can tell you stories. That's what I say, God, higher source, whatever your higher source is, we're just communication, and we're all messengers. Everybody plants seeds. Face to face, behind the screen, reels, whatever, podcasts, whatever the fuck you're watching, hearing, reading, everybody's planting seeds. Only you as one being can do comprehension. I have 8 kids. I cannot do comprehension for my 8 kids. I cannot fix or save them at all. I can save them physically, if I have money financially, emotionally and spiritually, no, I cannot. And you cannot either. You're not Jesus, you're not the universe at all. So I have to warn you. But if you think you are, go and fall on your face. The light lives in us at all. 1,000. Yin, love, yang. Toxic love, hate. That's in all of us. We can all become the devil. That's why I keep it simple. All the bullshit with, like terminology, and my BPD, NPD, ADHD. Yeah. It's called triggers. Control your triggers to comprehend your triggers so you don't become triggered and the devil comes out of you. And you can be atheists. We can all be empathetic people, love, etc. All of a sudden someone triggers you. Then you fucking poke on the bear, you become triggered. Now you build hatred. Now the devil comes out of you every which way. All my tattoos. When Seattle, they be like, oh, you have a stoplight? Yeah, it's an analogy, metaphor, but it's called a trigger. Red light, you're bothered. That's called a trigger. Yellow light, you're angered. Anger kicks in. That's still a trigger. Now hit the green light. But before you hit the green light, as long as no one's forcefully having you stay there type of situation, and if you can leave, the door's right there. Leave that toxic ass environment. Or pride and ego, everyone else has traits. Sit there, stay there, and now get triggered. Now hit the green light, hatred. For my anime, which is anime for a reason. I love anime. I love fucking Asian culture 1,000%. Hatred is us pulling poison monetarily. I'm gonna tell my back somewhere and say we can all become Cain and take our brother Abel out emotionally, mentally, spiritually, financially, physically, because we got triggered by predator words, conversations, feelings, and the truth. A premeditated choice where you and I genuinely choosing. Respectfully, what? Everybody can do that. Control your triggers so they become triggered. ADHD is a scam from pharmaceutical companies paying off bad doctors. All mental health is for the most part respectful, but that's why, once again, if you want to use, my terminology, Skittles, take your pills, be codependent pills. Go for it. Don't feel your feelings, but yes, it calms it and numb the fuck up. But then you take your Skittles and you say you want love relationships. So if I was you, realize this shit, they won't keep it 1,000. I take Skittles, so only people that take Skittles. End of story. My scenario, I don't do none of that bullshit respectfully. Never did, etc. All that good stuff, right? So let's say a potential partner, she tell me, by the way, we don't just let you day one off the rip, keep it 1,000, as you say, right? Yeah. I take pills for my ADHD, my BPD, my depression, my anxiety. Oh, queen, thanks for being honest. Thank you for being vulnerable. But to respect it, I don't do opposite track. We are different energies, different frequencies type of situation. I am love and lust, you're toxic love and lust. You're trying to balance out, but you're imbalanced. But if you want to, I can be your social real support team. Once again, if I'm still single and see you're evolving, potentially could try it then. But for the time being, thank you for being honest, it's not going to work out. Because every time someone triggers you, I know you're going to run to your pills, right? And then you build walls, right? You need your space, right? I get crucified and I didn't do shit to you, so why would I do that to myself, respectfully? Why would I put myself in that situation? But if you want to try this, to warn you, remember this, I will walk away. I will talk to you on ghosts, because boys and girls ghosts. We're going to be in the healing journey, we talk about this. But if you want to try this, you're going to hurt your own feelings. I am forewarning you to hurt your own feelings, you don't involve me. And I tell kids all the time, the boys behind me, they want to tell you this conversation. They don't even forewarn you. They don't give a fuck about your feelings. They give about fucking smashing you and that's it. One for the fucking books. 1,000%. That's what they respect me on all these platforms, Show me any man that speaks the way I speak to the fullest. That focus all this shit, mental health, healing, journey, talks, relationships. You can't show me that shit respectfully. If you can, please tag me. 6 protons, 6 electrons, 6 protons. What makes the human body? 6 neutrons. Oh, the body? Okay, that's science. But here's the best part. How is scientists, right? Why are scientists having anxiety, depression, paranoia, PTSD, suicidal thoughts, low self-esteem, anger? Why can't the scientists let go of the X's, past pain, toxic trauma, child trauma? Why do scientists have, reactive abuse, depression, overthinking, deflection, projection, gaslighting, manipulation, trauma bonds? Your body can't talk to you. Physically, it can't. It's, as far as it being, it's, you feel it. You're sad, depressed, cool, mental health, right? You're sore, go work out. You're overweight, yeah. Gotta take care of your body so body takes care of you, but it's a kicker. That's physical. Now, what about the emotional and spiritual? As a being, your mental health. I keep it 1,000. Keep it simple. One time telling me, I date your mind as an associate, as a friendship, especially as a partnership, because your mind tells your mouth to move and have a conversation with me. Your mind tells your fingertips to match me. Oh my gosh, life's so hard, boo-hoo me, No, you are a spirit of trust and truth, having a human experience. That's what they say spirituality. But here's the kicker. If that's factual, right? And when you comprehend that, okay, I'm a being, my mind's in the spiritual universe, heaven, quote unquote, whatever terminology you want to use, okay, you can comprehend that, say that, and I observe you, right, any platform face to face, and if I see you getting a toxic love, broken, codependent, and you get destroyed, but yo, yeah, God Buddha, yeah, that's beautiful, you're speaking, preaching, but how the fuck you didn't do some disciples? All those regular zombies, you did a bad boy, bad girl, fuck boy, fuck girl, a bully, a racist, a zombie, an addict and addiction. You know how your source, this human experience, but you get destroyed again, so you love getting destroyed. Then you are the problem, respectfully. And when it triggers you, I did my job, my gift. I used to be you. You're the original myself. I won't ever do that again. But once again, you can't be just like me. It's okay. I don't give a shit about words, because words have no feelings at all, respectfully, you know? It's 666. What we are told is a devil, that's the lie. Oh, Riri, you are more than a feeling. Well, feelings are the feelings at all, respectfully. 666 is us. Oh, really, Amber? Can you please elaborate? I would love to know more about that, because I did not know that. Religious talk, 66 is the devil, it's wrong, but once again, that goes to like the numerology universe, spiritual universe. I don't know. I know of it, communication. I don't comprehend it, but I once again, I'll sit there and observe and learn best as possible. But once again, as potential beings, especially as couples, partners, the intent best as possible is to be on the same page on the overall. It's what Kevin was explaining. Oh, really? Okay. So once again, that's Kevin's universe and Amber's universe, which is beautiful. Once again, nothing against you guys at all. So, but the cool thing is, on these platforms, whatever you comment or question you have, if you have no physical beings to talk to, you have AI, you have all these resources. You know, that's what I do. Any question, like, you know, for example, like discernment, which I've heard it many times. I've even asked the AI, but I forget it. Like discernment, I think that means like we're on the same page. Once again, every being has their own terminology, so that's why try to stay as best as possible, because people, that's when the wars start, because, you know, scenario, if I call you ignorant, you think I'm calling you stupid. Like, no, it just means you don't know, you know, like you're being ignorant. Let me elaborate as possible. And that's the thing, people get offended by words because they don't know yet that no word in the universe has feelings. What? No word in the universe has feelings. Tell me I'm wrong. Were the word sad ever feel sad? Were breakups were breakups? Were the healing journey were about the healing journey? No, only us weak beings, we will. And we shall. The question is for how much for longer, you know? It's just knowledge, such as the knowledge we learn from our narc experiences 1,000. Praise with heart, love, you are victorious. All of us have victory. You have free will. Oh yeah, for sure, Kevin. We'll have a choice of feel for sure, and love is the answer of all for sure. But the scenario is like to comprehend love to the fullest, so you don't let people destroy you. You don't let people come in your life and take your energy magically. Because especially if they do, and I observe it, I'm going to just call you out, because that's my job, my gift. Like, yo, like, you're Mr. Mrs. Positive. You post, you have studies on these platforms, and magically, somehow, someone came in your life by your side once again, and they sold you a dream. Now, will you leave? What? You praying to God, universe? Your answer's for a sign? Hasta la puerta. There's the door. That's the answer for everybody. Since day one, before anyone was born, the door's been there for everybody. They just don't know that yet. And yes, I know 1,000% easier said than done. It's not easy to leave. Initially, it's not easy to leave at all. Especially when kids are involved. Fuck no. It's gonna suck, man. It's gonna hurt really bad. Like me, I lost 2 families. It sucks. But the intent, like, you know, you get paid for it to your kiddos and for everybody out there. As I was taught, you do this healing journey, pay it forward, you know. That's why I call me the fuck out. FaceTime behind the screen. You're suffering mental health issues, quote unquote, especially the worst part, you're a zombie, and addiction and addiction, which I did in Seattle. And I asked him, yo, King, Mr., like, I fit your boundaries. You don't have to answer this question, but do you have kids by chance? You're like, no, okay. To kind of bully in a positive manner, throw in your face, like, I'm a single father of 8 kids. I lost 2 families. I do co-parenting. My second mom, the mother of boys. First baby mom, exactly, respect, she said that my mother, nothing against her. She's just on a journey, not a healing journey. So why am I doing what you're doing? You and I should be best friends, getting high, get drunk together. And you have no kids. I'm sorry you went through a lot of shit. You've been traumatized. Destroyed. I get it. But you became weak and hit rock bottom. Everyone will become them. Everyone's going to hit rock bottom. You hit rock bottom. You don't feel nothing. And then magic, you want to say higher source, God, love. You want relationships. To form you have to comprehend this. All you circle of zombies, you're good for the streets, toxic love. All of you are. You're not good for the home's love. Everything you touch, you will destroy. You are coming unknowing. That's how I can do all the time. Y'all talking about karma. You're fucking dating karma. Fuck boy, fuck roll. That's karma, right? Literally in front of your face, by your side. How's that working out for you? Well, if I pray, man, you could do nothing. Your belief's not the issue. But your belief's not doing you wrong. They are doing you wrong because that is their choice and free will, and you're just will to stay there for longer. Family, future answer made and loving you. Well, that's potential. What is the future? They need to listen. They need to listen up so that they don't have to suffer as long as we did. Amber 1,000 every which way, and that's the intent. Once again, I've been doing this for almost 6 years now. I was doing this my last day in breath. And I finished all my tattoos this year. Now that I use the numbing cream, I'm gonna do all my torso. Deadass. I'm looking at my picture on my back. Wherever, like, see, I have like bald spots. I'm gonna have word or phrases. Any word or phrase that I know would trigger people, I put on my body every which way. And once again, see how they'd be like, "Why do you want to trigger people for them?" Because they're called your feelings. Your triggers, not mine. All these tattoos, my scars healed. That's what, like, when I say this, because once again, if tradition was working, why the fuck is everyone suffering? When anyone said that corny ass line, "My heart has a scar," do you comprehend what a scar is? Because if your heart has a scar, that means it's healed. You let go, comprehension. But if you can't talk about your exes, your past pain, toxic, trauma, nothing's wrong getting emotional, but it triggers you. You become sad, depressed. The trauma and bullshit. Also, you haven't let it go, so your heart does not have a scar. These are scars healed. So your heart, that's not a scar. It's called a cut and wound. So are you healing your cut and wound, or it's still a cut and wound? It's open. You don't want to feel them. Then there's a problem. Respectfully, He is a good guy, and so sorry. Word for each letter in family. What's up, Kevin? He's a good guy. He speaks from experience. That's what enabled him to speak and help. Well, I think Amber for sure. You know what I mean? Tell us what to pay it forward. It does help to talk it out. 1,000. Well, that's the intent, especially if you, as a couple. And yes, I know 1,000% easier said and done. And maybe potentially wise you can rekindle a relationship if you can both do A, communication, and B, comprehension. Best possible on the same page. A two-sided relationship. If it's one-sided, it's not going to work out. It's not going to work out because you're talking to a wall. They're hearing you, listen, observe, study, they don't comprehend you. But the cool thing about technology, I promise you 1,000. Let's say scenario, I have a partner and I'm trying to teach her about emotional cheating. Like, I don't give a shit if you talk to guys, but you pass boundaries, they pass boundaries. That's called emotional cheating. It'll build to physical cheating. I guarantee before physical, the cell phone. Every which way, right? So let's say she's like, well, that's not wrong. Okay, stop. Maybe the way I'm saying it, the way I elaborate, it's incorrect. You don't comprehend it. But guess what? Technology. I'll go on TikTok, YouTube, whatever. I just type in the fucking word, emotionally cheating. Let's watch it together. We went through all these reels together, and let's say finally after the 10th one, oh, that's what you're talking about. Yes, that's called emotionally cheating. That's what you've been doing. Like, once again. Great. I don't give a shit about the guys, but once again, if you can control your lust, flirting, that's mouth-fucking. You're passing boundaries every which way. If you want to, I can give you a chance, right? And from there, I match energy, reverse psychology. If you're doing it, I'm gonna do it also. What? Don't bitch. I'm not gonna bitch. You don't bitch either. But I'm gonna do it to your homegirl, your mother, your best friend, everybody. That's called emotion. If you don't like it, there it is. Your feelings. Why? Learn how to control your lust. If not, it's not gonna work out. Everything starts with feelings, then it goes to emotion cheating, then we'll go to the phone, social media, third party, Jada, August, entanglements, every which way. The physical cheating, black eye the fuck out, every which way. How can you be cheating your partner? You say love, and you believe in God, Jesus, Allah, Buddha, Muhammad, the universe, the spiritual ancestors. Your belief is not the issue, you are the issue. So why? Respectfully, Oh yeah, experience is best for healing 1,000. Oh yeah, for sure. Pay it forward. Anything that is entertaining another is cheating 1,000. Like, it's cool to have friends and bullshit, whatever, but long as you as one can control your lust. More on the male side, all the bullshit men, cause biology, we can cheat type of situation, all that fuck your biology, fuck your DNA. It's called lust. Everyone narcissist. For my tattoos, it says narcissist, hate, pride, ego, lust, greed, power. The good side of us is, empathist, empath, it's love, you're proud and humble. Good, love, respect. It says evil, envy, jealous. That's within all of us. Now the question is, you as one being, what are you more of? Everyone's fucking robotic. Everyone is fucking robotic. Either you're a square, you're a circle, a zombie. All this coding, I'm a geek techie. I tell you, yeah, the coder is just zeros and ones, zeros and ones. Yeah. That's what I do with, emotion spiritual beings. It's just square circle zombies. I can point, I'm in Seattle, deadass. I can go downtown Seattle. I've been saying this for years. Maybe one day I'll do it if I have someone to record me. Check out. I'm going to just walk around. I'm going to point at people. Squares, circles, zombies. No one comprehends the lingo. They'll be like, what's wrong with this guy? The fuck? Why is he saying square, circle, zombie? They don't know what I'm saying. I'm calling you a square, you're love, empath, overall empathetic person. I'm calling you a circle, you turn narcissistic. You're the bad boy, the bad girl, the fuck boy, the fuck girl, the bully, the racist, the worst of all of us. If I call you a zombie, you're cooked. You're a zombie, the addict and addiction. That's all I see. 3 frequencies, 3 energies, 3 paths. All your circle zombies, you're all toxic love and lust to trigger you. You're good for recreational use, breathing and shit. You're good for the streets, toxic love. You're made for the streets. Because in the homes, you're toxic love. You do not bring love in the house at all, respectfully. Because you're traumatized. You don't want to feel your feelings. You don't want to do mental health. None of these conversations. So respectfully, why would I get involved with you? Because you're beautiful, OnlyFans, $1 billion. I don't give a fuck about your status, once again. Because your status don't talk, you talk to me. Your status does not mistreat me, you mistreat me. But once again, as a being, I don't want you to mistreat me. I'll walk away. I love you, babe, but I love myself more. I gotta go. What? Don't worry, you're a queen. Everybody wants you. Straight, gay, trans wants you. Every which way. But here's the kicker. You can pull them. Can they keep you? Can they keep them? Whether it's love or toxic love. If it's Japanese to you, I pray for you. I go my day, go my life. Respectfully. It's so easy to be loyal. No reason to cheat when you have a choice to leave. 1,000%. That's why, once again, trust and loyalty to the fullest. When someone breaks that shit's pretty much done. Especially if it's physical cheating, but it's something emotional cheating. That's why you just walk away and call out your partner. Check it out. If I warned you about the emotional cheating and you're still doing it, so here's the kicker. I love you, babe, but I'm walking away from this. What? It's an analogy metaphor. When we tell it on me, once again, I'm not a poet, but it's poetry part. It's better to die than tomorrow. What? It's better to die today than tomorrow. So we're like, say 90 days in. It's gonna hurt. You will shed your tears. If you allow me to, I'll be part of your support to figure out why we failed. But you can hate me, dislike me. You have all right to feel like that. You can walk away. It's totally cool. But I want you to evolve from this so you don't do this again. If not, then you won't do comprehension. You keep doing emotional cheating. The next person potentially might not allow it to happen. Welcome to live number 3. If not, then accept toxicity. Hello. Respectfully. Morning. How you doing, Queen?
Good morning.
Morning. How's it going?
All right. What are you talking about? What's up? What's going on in this room? What's going on?
I was talking about toxic love, broken codependent relationships, where kids are involved, co-parenting, mental health, the healing journey. Like, that's all I talk about. Because respectfully, a lot of people say they want love, but they don't even comprehend what it is. If they did, and you know what it was, they know the answers, the doors right there, they can walk away. They don't deal with toxicity. Like, babe, I love you, but I myself more. I worked on myself. I'm doing my healing journey, my mental health. You're mistreating me. I gotta keep going. Well, if I was you, I don't recommend this, but if I was you, I'd date people like you. Traumatized, respectfully. I don't deal with that no more.
I get it. I was just having this conversation. Yeah, some people don't love themselves.
1,000%.
Yeah. In general.
Yeah.
Look at a person how they care for themselves. Yeah, their mental health, all that shit.
Yeah,
is, a factor.
1,000. 1,000. Very factual. That's why I tell people, all of us, we don't know this conversation yet. That's why it's called the healing journey. I didn't know about. I've heard the term in Seattle in 2000, long time ago, right? But I don't research. That's what I tell people, like, when you start this healing journey, mental health, and you reach out, for help and guidance, you start researching, right? And you be like, all this time. Yeah, all this time has been there. We just, no one touched this. No one planted a seed to spark it. Like, unless they did plant the seed. That's an analogy metaphor, right? We all plant seeds with conversations. You as one being, now what we do with the seed. Observe it, study it, water it, or let it die. But even if it dies, like my situation, the healing journey, empath, narcissist, I heard that in Seattle.
Move on to the next subject. It's more like, it's healing, but then, it's self-work too. You got to do research, but then sometimes you might have to go on, like, for instance, I've been following these endocrinologists, these brain doctors, and they're showing you how to reprogram your brain. If you think positive thoughts, your life could be positive,
positive affirmations, quote unquote.
Step out of the box is the norm, and you can retrain your mind. You can
1,000.
reprogram your mind.
Yeah, healing journey. That's why it's so the healing journey. Then you got the awakening journey, the hard one's woke journey. Get your life back, right? So that's why you can do that for yourself. Remember this, to remind you, for you as one being, you can do that for yourself. But to forewarn you, no one wants to, you can realize boundaries. No one wants to respect them. If you don't respect them, what are you choosing? What are you doing? Staying or leaving? Sit there, explain, for validation, like, they're wrong. Like, maybe they are wrong, but they don't comprehend where you're coming from. So why waste your breath energy if they don't comprehend respectfully? But if you want wars, bickers, if you think you're Jesus, God, the universe, you can change people's ways, go for it. Stay for too long respectfully, So once again, that is beautiful when you do your healing journey, but just for warn you, like, don't stay too long. For everybody out there, especially like friendships, especially partnerships, they don't deal with toxicity. So that's why when you get out of toxic relationships and you do your healing journey, you actually do get someone else in the healing journey. Let's say they're more healed than you are. It's not really a competition, but
And you sit back and look. Yeah, after you heal, you sit back and look, and you like, okay, right, this person got some power. No, I don't think I should enter into this. It could be cool.
1,000.
Yeah, you're right.
Just for one people, right? Just because I did my healing journey, I comprehended, so I just planted seeds to pay it for. Like, hey, that's beautiful. Like, once again, positive affirmation. You believe not the issue. It's once again, it's the person by your side. So that's to warn you every which way. It's associate, friendships, especially partnerships, because that's when relationships can make you, break you, and they can never destroy you. If you let them destroy you, they shall. And every single time that I heard, that's why you saw this bullshit, man versus woman, all that. Those are people that are. They get their healing journey, but they're so traumatized because they're ex-sex. They think all men will do. Not everyone's the same. Yes, we're all traumatized, right? But the intent, thank you, Queen, for the gift, that you have a real support team, these conversations to evolve, to observe people's energy. If you don't comprehend energy, you're going to get destroyed every single time, to forewarn you. And once again, their beliefs not doing you wrong. Their body physically, sure, but it's their mind. Your mind tells you what you're doing, and we all got choosing free will, but we don't comprehend that to the fullest yet. It's cool that they get to speak to you on the other platforms. Oh, yeah, so by the way, guys, behind the screen, to let you know, like, this is a live podcast. If you ever, eventually, I'm only one person, right? Eventually, I'll upload it to my YouTube and Spotify. So if you go to my YouTube, there's different old episodes wise, but so you only physically see me. You hear voices either in the box or I play clips. It's my podcast, our podcast. I could be anybody on this podcast. So I just download a clip and push, hey, that The Rock? I don't know The Rock. I just push, his voice, pretty famous, right? So I just download a clip, a reel on my phone. I just push play. And when you hear it, I'm not speaking, you're having a good day, and let's say scenario Rock says something that triggers you in a bad manner. You're bitter, hateful, scared. Well, how can that person that I don't know, we don't know, scenario, right? So now you have feelings about it. That's why I tested your feelings, because you want to feel this. You don't have to feel your feelings. You can run from them, but how can you say you want love, but you don't want to feel your feelings nor talk about it, but then you want love? Make that make sense respectfully.
I put my feelings in my back pocket.
That's Bigo, Amber. That's Bigo.
You don't have feelings. My feelings are in my back pocket, and I sit on them. So
well,
as
long as you control them, because once again, when we get in a toxic relationship, we get destroyed, right? And we build walls. Here's the kicker. So, like, I thought I was the only person that did this concept. I guess it's the man thing, because if you don't believe me, go on TikTok, Spotify, YouTube, type in 80-20. And there's mainly men talking about it. And it's, once again, I don't know what it is, but I just thought about that shit like in my first baby mom in 2000. Like, after I got destroyed, she cheated on me. It was like 2009, she cheated on me, and it hurt the fuck out of me. That's my first girl in my life. We have, then 2 daughters deep. And I was like, you know what? I won't ever get hurt. So the next potential to be, I'll give her 80% of my heart. And I told, it was on 3, total of 4 then, right? So I told the other 3 after my baby mom, my first one, I would say that I'm going to give you 80% of my heart. And they'd be like, but I'm giving you 100. I'm like, well, I'm just letting you know I'm going to give you 80. But why 80? Because I'll keep the 20 just in case it doesn't work out. You cheat on me, it'll hurt, but not as bad. To foreign people, especially queens, if he tells you that, that's a major red flag. Don't get involved with them. He's not ready.
Hell yeah, what you mean you gonna say 20%? You gonna love me all? You gonna give me all? Well, I don't want nothing at all.
Right.
I don't want a piece of you.
Exactly. Right, but here's the kicker. Right. So we know that now. The situation is, remember this, everything tells us feelings and eyes, energy connection, the physical touch, I loves you, all that good shit, and emotions and bullshit, right? But if you don't know red flags of your ex-exes, let's say scenario, let's have 3 of my exes, and that's some of the same thing. Well, Rita, I'll give you 80%. I'll get 80, I'll keep 20 type of situation. And I didn't comprehend that. I do my healing journey, I reach out for help, and they forewarn me, okay, that's a major red flag. So they're forewarning me. So they say you get a 5th girlfriend, and she told me they want to rip, hey, just to let you know I do 80-20. Oh, clean, thank you for honest and being vulnerable, but
we
this. Right. My ex is prior.
50-50. And a lot of people tell me I should settle for 50-50, and I won't even do 50-50.
Well,
I want 100 because I'm giving 100.
Well,
so
yeah.
You gotta give me 100 back.
Well, once again, everyone has terminology. As long as you're both on the same page, which I say, A, communication, which everyone preaches about. Second more important part is what? Comprehension. Two-sided relationship, A and B best as possible. Yes, remember this, before you meet somebody, right, everyone's unique, we all have our own beliefs. The intent is to become two as one, to become a couple, and, exchange universe type of situation. That's why you're getting involved with, ask them everything about them. You're not just dating them as a person, you're dating the whole universe. Like, what's your everyday life, who's your people, what do you do in general, just to make sure you're compatible.
So mental health, you're not lying. It just came, you gotta ask, you got a little schizophrenia, a little bipolar, you gotta ask about mental health questions. I'm dead ass, because you won't find out until you got a kid about a person, or until it's too late, and then you like, damn, they're a little schizo. This stuff is serious.
A thousand.
Yeah.
They
was diagnosed, and you would never know that.
Right. Well, see, that's why if you don't make come ask questions, they don't always work conversation, you will never know. The idea that they're 1,000% honest with you, but remember, there's a lot of people lie because they're scared of rejection. They're scared you won't give them a chance.
Right. They ain't gonna say it.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's what as being stay observant. Like, this is a tattoo. Once again, not my words. It's from a song, I believe it's a loop. It says, "Just don't listen with your ears, listen with your eyes too. Actions speak louder than the words." And that's 1,000% factual. Just be you and give authenticity. If it flops, that it's their loss, not yours. 1,000%, Amber. Especially when you were the one with the whole love. 1,000%. That's why, once again, as being best as possible, like, to be authentic yourself. Verbalize everything. My situation potential to be. I don't do dates. If traditional is working, why is everyone suffering? I just do one date and that's it. These conversations, I do scenarios every which way. And on top of that, the cherry on top for everybody out there, if you're adults behind the screen, they're very blunt. Once again, I keep it. I'm not here to sell no one a dream. I don't want to waste our love, time, and feelings. So we can't get it back. We can't buy it back. God Almighty can't get back to nobody. If that's not true, ask God, the universe. Hey God, today's Monday, right? All I want from you is Sunday. Nothing wrong on Sunday. It was not a bad day. I just want it back. What was that, God, the universe? Crickets. Sunday's the past. It's been written. Today, Monday is the future. Tuesday, Monday is the present. Tuesday is the future. It hasn't happened yet. You might not wake up for tomorrow. So keeping the present best possible. So that's for me as a one being. I'm not trying to take no one's energy at all. I forewarn him every which way. So the potential to be, we got these conversations. I'm going to test it out. I respect your boundaries. You don't have to realize nothing. But now that to step it up, to make sure we're on the same page on the overall, I want to talk about TOS intercourse. Well, I know it's blunt. I know it's day one off the rip. 10 minutes, an hour in type of situation. But I want to make sure we're compatible. Why? Well, let me elaborate. Right. I know. Let me elaborate. They'd be like, why? Okay, check out. If you want to, Queen, we can do traditional corny ways and do physical. But just to let you know, everything you're beautiful, lovey-dovey, God, blue, the universe, whatever, we're compatible. But to forewarn you, I'm going to give a scenario to put a little a kind of fear in you. I don't need you in my life. I want you in my life. I don't deal with toxicity. I do not do opposite attract. Been there, done that. So scenario, we can find it physically, but just to let you know, scenario. Let's say I love tasting. You don't like that. I love, you like to play with toys. I don't like to do that at all. But so it's not going to be compatible. So I'm verbalizing it. But you're going to do physical. We can try this, right? And let's say TLC sucks. I suck. You suck. We'll try for 1 week. After that, dead ass, I'm leaving.
Damn.
I'm leaving. Well, I'll walk away. Why? Because it's not going to work. Because if you're not doing it, your mother, best friend, cousin, they'll do it. Trust.
Somebody else will do it.
Yeah. So why do you want to do that? Why do you want to put in a situation like that? So once again, I know it's different. But if we do verbal, no physical touch, we never kiss each other. Nothing. We know it's not going to work out because of that. I love this.
That's hard. This real life. Like, you ain't finna be with no person that you ain't gonna touch them or kiss them or get close to them or get affection. That's not possible.
If you control your energy, it is. I don't catch feelings for nobody. I'll get your, you might get my attention, but I want to lose conversation. If we can't have this conversation, boys and girls, they run for conversations. Women, men, in the healing journey, we do these conversations. We want to make sure we're compatible best as possible. Me, I'm more blunt about it because I'm not trying to waste no feelings at all. And especially now, I don't want you to hurt, sell yourself a dream trying to involve me because maybe you think you're ready. Like, think is not. No, you got to know you're ready for love. And that's why I said to keep it simple. We as a couple, as potentials, we can't talk about everything open-minded, freely. Then what are we doing here? What am I doing here? I worked on myself. Especially my situation, Queen. All my tattoos, right? All my tattoos. I have more on my back. I was saying the potential to be. I was saying pictures of all my tattoos on my body. If any word or phrase triggers you, bothers you behind the screen, that's physically my body. Why would you want to be with me? No, it's on me. We can try. What's there to try when I sent you pictures of my tattoos and now your day goes to shit?
Right. What my tattoos got to do with what's in the inside, with my brain, with how I think, with how I make you feel. What does my appearance have to do with the way that I treat you? What does my appearance have anything to do with what we could possibly have or what could be going on? But, I mean, you can't be with a person that you're not physically attracted to, so that should be off the bat.
Right. Well, I'm not saying like...
I'm not physically attracted, and that's cool.
Right. Well, that's why you can be a social, but that's your friendship, but... I'm not saying don't be attracted but that's to be, but like see inside them on the overall, so the energy. You're not then learn the hard way, and then which I'm gonna tell my back to a little riddle for everybody out there to call everybody out. Like in this lifetime, how many bodies are you going through to figure out what love is? How many tears you're shedding to figure out what love is respectfully? I don't want you people to go through bodies because because then you can't control protect the energy. That's when you feel like you become one till it's intercourse. And they break up, cheat, ghost, whatever, and now you feel gross. Yeah, you got used. Yeah, technically speaking, you did get used. But I promise you 1,000, when you can jump with the energy, they can't take energy. Yes, physically you exchanged it, but guess what? They ghosted. It's okay. Did you ghost? No. Did you give up on yourself or on them? No, they did. Because that is their choice. They wasn't ready, or they sold you a dream. But here's the kicker. That's why we have social media. The way to slow down the spiritual warfare is so easy. If everyone told a story, search it out. This is my situation. This is a picture of my ex. For legal issues, call them John Doe. All of them John Doe. For when you want to date my ex, this is the red flags that I missed. The boundaries that they passed that I passed, what I accepted did not become me to warn you. So as you see these red flags and you're dating them, you get to know them, stay observant, and you can give them a chance to walk away. I don't want you to get hurt like I got hurt. That's a positive. This is how you slow down spiritual warfare to the fullest. Every which way. And that's the beginning side and outside attraction 1,000. Oh yeah, that's why like Avatar, I see you. I love you traditional, right? It's cool to hear that, but I see you deeper. Why? Because I see the inside you first and foremost, then the outside of you, then your whole universe. I see you as a being. That's why I love that shit from Avatar. It's deep as fuck. That is hella deep. Spirituality to the fullest, I love you. It's good to hear, but traditional corny ways. Like, cool, I love you, but I'm cheating on you, but I love you. Really? That's not I love you. That's why it's about terminology. To the fullest. Let's say scenario I have a girlfriend, right? And I say I love her and I believe God blew the universe, right? But I'm cheating on her. So it's called terminology. I should be saying this, babe, I have love for you and many others. If I loved you, I would not be cheating on you. That's what I should be saying. That's what he should be saying. But he doesn't do that because as long as he says, I love you, oh my gosh, you told me what I want to hear. What you want to hear, but he's destroying you.
Right. If you love me, you would be honest. And you would protect my feelings. And you would fucking protect me, just period, point blank.
Be more mindful.
It just shows like how you don't give a damn.
Exactly. So that's why, again, for everybody out there, when in a touch relationships, situations like that, you pray to God, universe, your answers for a sign, miracle. Spanish 101, hasta la puerta in English. There's a door. That door. I preach about doors. I talk about tattoo. That's my 101s here in Seattle. They be like, ever since I talk to you, either face it behind the screen, man, I'm just counting doors, right? Because we talked about your touch relationship. You bitch about, we all did, or we all do potential-wise, right? But I don't do that no more. But, original myself, just that one door. Every morning, every night, you bitch about one door. You have all these doors to go to. Why do you have to go back to that person? You can't leave today? Try tomorrow. The next day. The sooner the better, I promise you that. But I promise you it's not hurt. Because you feel like you're giving up on them. It's been over a long time ago. That's why you gotta do what D-time of codependent. You don't need people in life at all. Only kids. I'm single for kids. My kids need me for now because I was a kid, a teenager.
But you can't stay for the kids though, because you're making yourself sick. Your kids need to see you happy. Your kids need to see you being loved correctly. Your kids need to, they need to learn from you.
1,000%.
They need to be learning from a good situation in a good situation, so they know
good
how
environment.
To, like I said, love correctly. You can't stay for the kids. You can't do it. That will bring you down. You cannot stay for the kids.
Very well said.
We ain't doing that no more. It's 2026.
Freaking beautiful
That's
said.
what our moms and our dad did. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, traditional ways.
The dad getting treated like shit, or you see the mom getting treated like shit, and they stayed for the kids. No, fuck that. They needed to be happy.
Correct. And that's why, once again, all this terminology, healing journey, mental health, it's one phrase. Everyone's stuck on what? the generational cycle. That's why I tell people, like, it's not my spiritual gift, but I can see everyone's future if I get to know you as a being, and then your environment, your family, their family. Check out Queen, King. I know you're a couple. I know you love each other. I used to be like you, guys toxic, accept each other. Right, but here's the kicker: for both of you, I observe your environment, your families. You ready for this? You're ready to become all your toxic family? What is the age gap between your toxic parents on both sides, aunties, uncles on both sides, or what is the grandparents on both sides? What is the age gap? That will be you 12 years from now, 18, 50 years from now. You want to become your...
You said age gap for what? What did you say?
Oh, let's say, Queen, I have a partner, and I know I'm toxic. You know, how can I say this? Take it back. No. Let's say you and I are a couple, right? My family is toxic. Your family is toxic, right? And let's say someone's outside looking in. They'll tell me the same thing. Check out. For both of you, I know you're young, you're fresh, right? Let's say 18, 20 years old, you're fresh, right? But here's the kicker. I just remember all your families, your future in front of your face. What is the age gap between your parents on both sides, aunties, uncles on both sides, your grandparents? I would say on both sides. Because you're going to become them 15 years from now, 18 years from now, 50 years from now. They're together, but behind closed doors, miserable as fuck. How's your grandpa still a fuckboy at 70 years old talking shit to your grandma? And they go to church every Sunday. You want to become your grandma? She's not happy. She'll be happy when he dies. It's going to hurt her. But guess what? Now she can breathe. She can leave. She can walk around. But yes, she'll be traumatized because now she's known him for whatever, 50 years of her life. Yeah, you want to become her? That's not a bright future for the foremost. And once again, your belief's not the issue. You as a being is the issue, especially your partner by your side. That's the issue. That's what it's called, the generational cycle. My situation, my tattoo, it's hard to see. 39. I just want to say this. Nothing against my family because they don't know. I started becoming all my toxic family at 39. And a lot of my family's still alive.
You're right. I can correlate. You're right. I can associate. My grandmother, I'm like, why you let grandpa talk shit to you like that? She'd be like, well, at the end of the day, he can talk all his shit, but I know I run the relationship. And we've been together over 50-something years. Yeah. I just let him talk his shit. Like,
because she's used to, remember this. We found that for the most part, this is what builds technology, right? So for the most part, to give our parents grace and grandparents, aunties, uncles grace, best possible because they don't have this conversation, right? You can potentially drop words or phrases to get their attention, to spark conversation. Why do you say that? What does that mean? Cool. Try to don't give too much information at once because that should be a lot for them. But respectfully, more likely their minds are pretty much set. Respectfully, they're probably gonna die like that, and it sucks. Because they didn't know. They didn't have a chance. They didn't reach out for help and guidance. Like I did, many of us did. That's why, once again, this is all I talk about. If you have this conversation on the overall, I can tell you a square empathetic person, you are loved, you are doing your healing the best as possible. It's not really the competition, but I want to get to know you as a being. Like, I'm happy you're rich, $1 billion, you're beautiful, exotic, cool, but here's the kicker, your body can't talk to me. Lustfully, yes, physically, but not verbally. Not much of the spiritually, these conversations, because I want to get to know you as a being, then the rest of your whole universe type of situation. That's why, if you're doing your healing journey, you're trying to break the generational cycle, so you stop being your toxic family, so you don't become them. That's everyone's future is lit in front of their face. And then when you comprehend that, and you start evolving them with your mental health wise, it's gonna suck, but you see a lot of people suffer. All you can do is hold the hand, guide them, and that's it, No one, you're not God, you're not Jesus universe. You cannot take nobody's pain for nobody at all. But what I say, we can all do for each other, heal, guide, support, uplift, forward, show matter to each other, 1,000%. That's why I'm here telling stories to pay forward. Yeah, no, once again, that's cool. Once again, that's energy, which prayer, but here's the kicker. Scenario, Queen, you're praying with, let's say, your best friend, right? She's going through a toxic relationship like you was. You're trying to be supported, right? But when you go your separate ways, you're doing your healing journey. She's trying. And when she's going to go back to him, it's going to be a fucking blood, but behind closed doors, like you was, right? So that's what I'm saying. That's beautiful to be supportive.
See, I'm not that type of friend. I'm the worst type of friend. I'm going to be, get under the next guy. What the fuck? Like, there's somebody else. It's better out there for you. You would never know. You're going to be thinking in the back of your head, what would have happened if I never got with this guy? Or, I wonder, shit, do the shit. The fuck?
Well,
if you're not getting treated right now, your partner didn't give you no reason to go anywhere, to do anything that was right. All right, of course, don't cheat on them. That's wrong. If they doing you bogus and you mentally can't leave, then you mentally got to move on to something else. You got to try.
Well, I believe in the saying that says, you move on and get another, underneath the body or something. Don't quote me in the term, but basically body hopping. I don't recommend that because scenario, when you body hop, you take all that trauma to new person. Everyone's doing the same shit in the beginning, Everything starts with love, but the situation is, if you're both traumatized, how long will love happen for? And when it starts on a toxic love, the red flags, boundaries, the sparks are ending. Why? Everyone says the same corny ass comment. When someone asks you, toxic relationship, right? And family and friends being supportive. Well, how was he or she in the beginning? What do we all say? Well, in the beginning, they were lovely. Yeah, in the beginning was love. Everything is love. So when did they go to toxic love? When the red flags are happening? When start passing boundaries? When the spark start ending? What? Well, it was 2 years ago. So you knew that 2 years ago and say shit. When I hurt their feelings. I know it's gonna hurt, but here's the kicker. You're gonna hurt also. Then stay for too long again. You learn from your exes, then stay longer if you want to. I don't recommend it, That's why once again, we're raised to be codependent people. To fall back, be alone, face tattoos, it hurts. The day you actually physically in your four walls with no physical being by your side, that's when the healing is very painful. It's hard to detox of codependency. Everyone has a body to go to every night but you. That's why I love it. Distract yourself, be busy, whatever, gym, travel, yeah. But when you're traveling, you're about to leave Dubai, fly back home all alone. Once again, yeah, Dubai was fun. Yeah, good experience. But your house is just you. Allow us to be alone. That's why I reached out for help 6 years ago. Real support. I had 10 people for 88 days. I got blessed I evolved so fast because of them. Not because raised because of my family. This is Japanese for them, respectfully. That's right. I want to experience you. I want to spend life learning you 1,000. Thank you for the gift, Vanessa. I'm for everybody out there. That's why I do this live session for you guys. I'm a broken record. I talk about the same thing. I play clips for you guys because I want you to get your life back, so to evolve, to learn to love you. And that's why I see how they'll be like, a lot of queens share in healing journey, mental health, ayahuasca, yoga, beautiful, right? Counseling therapy. And they talk about, you read books. I'm like, you could recommend books. Self-tattoo, technology, I'll put in my notes. Maybe one day, because I can tell the way you speak, the way you carry yourself, that book potentially helped you. Maybe I can learn from it in a positive manner, because me as a being, I'm healed, but I can always learn from others. I love to get my attention, healing journey, mental health, that's to get my attention. Oh shit, they're working on themselves. And I'll ask you, when you start your healing journey, do you have a support team? Are you still speaking to them? How involved are you as a being, And I said, once again, I tell about to test people as a being, like, do you know the answer to life? What? Do you know the answer to life? They'd be like, no, do you? I'm like, yeah, I figured that.
What is it? I don't know what it is.
I got you. So I tell people, I say, I'm just that tat on me, right? So it basically is, the answer to life is the person in the mirror. All you ever needed was you, the end. So yes, you have higher source. Remember this, highest are not suffering, you are. So if you believe like people, yes, people can be in love to you, but they can retract it and walk away whenever they want to. That's why I say, like, if people make you feel good, if Mammy BS makes you feel good, why could you make yourself feel good? Make it make sense. And what's the answer?
Right, I'll make myself feel good. God damn it.
Yeah, which that's the intense self-love, right? But okay, which is beautiful, right? As long as you as one being can control and predict the energy. Because if you allow someone to come in your life once again, and they told you everything you want to hear, with lovey-dovey, God, Buddha, whatever, and magic is somehow, the relationship becomes toxic once again. The question is, why is it becoming toxic again? Why is it falling apart? Is it me? Is it him? Is it her? Is it us? Why is it falling apart? And that's why for everybody out there, that's why people talk about rejection. I emphasize the shit out of you as one being can handle rejection. And that's what I'm telling my back. Since I say, fear in a positive manner as a forewarning. Did you know anyone could break up with you? Anyone could cheat on you? Anyone could divorce you? Anyone could ghost you? Anyone could break up with you? Leave you whenever they want to. That is their choice, free will. When they do, and which they shall, how will you react? How will you respond? Or do you feel scared of that? Can you handle rejection respectfully? That'll be tatted on my body. In May, matter of fact, on my back. It mentioned me shirts and hoodies. Straight to the point. What? It's called rejection. No one's got to stay. Are you ready for that? And you can give your all $1 billion energy, Buddha. Yo, your belief is not the issue. Your belief is not leaving you. They are leaving you. Now the question you have to figure out, why did they leave you? And when they do leave you, what happens to you as one being? Did anxiety kick in, depression, PTSD? Once again, the grieving journey, you can shed tears and be down for a second, right? But let's say you're down for months, a year again, 2 years. That's the part you can't handle rejection yet. Remember this, you don't have the type of codependency. I'm sorry that they sold you a dream. I'm sorry they walked away, they used you, right? But, when will you comprehend this? And once again, I make it sound easy because I worked on myself. I'm just paying it forward so you don't stay for too long, That's why I say these little sayings, repetitive wise. eventually it'd be tied to my body. That's why I say me as a being, I have all these tattoos for a reason. But that's the queens. I was saying you picture all my tattoos. If any word of my body triggers you, it's not gonna work out. Because you already know it's on me.
You should do that. That's a value for you, though. Why you gotta do that?
Well, because I have triggering words in my body, a lot of triggering words. So the scenario, let's say depression triggers her, right? And she want to talk about her depression.
You gotta poop out there, you gotta bitch your ass up, you gotta some bad words on that.
Oh, this is a triggering subject, right? But it's, once again, when I verbalize it, a lot of people, like 99% of the universe, I think man-made. They don't think much of the spiritual, so I elaborate, right? So on this arm, it says, slave master says, fuck your feelings, and it says slave. So in Seattle, they'd be like, I go, sir, miss, what do you think of? And they'd be like, well, slave, okay, that's the correct thought initially, but no, slavery never died.
I don't think you went to a dominatrix or something like fucking,
Nah. No, nothing like that, respectfully, too strong, but no. It's, once again, you think mammy slavery? I go, no, slavery never died. Like, what do you mean? Okay, let me elaborate, right? So, I got a fresh tattoo on my back, right? I have a cross tattoo on my back. So, on the bottom of the cross, it says, fresh tattoo, just got it down, matter of fact, last Tuesday. So, this would be a week wise. And it says, the real war starts every day above ground. Everything starts at home behind closed doors. Who the slave master? -S. Who the slave? -S. Everything's at home behind closed doors. Respectfully, tell my back. So let me elaborate. My personal experience, in which once again, nothing is my family because they're doing this conversation, right? And that's why I comprehend that term, the generational cycle. Because now I know why all my family is the way they are, because they're my grandparents and my great grandparents, and that's why it's carried on. I broke it for myself. I was never a physical abuser, but I was verbal. But I forewarn you, right? So, my pops, born as a Catholic. We go to church every Sunday as a little kid, right? Private school, all that great jazz, right? But my father, right, he loves us, but he's whooping my mom's ass, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. Us 7 siblings, same shit. Emotionally, spiritually, and physically. We getting murked. And we go to church every Sunday. I'd be like, yo, like, why are we doing this shit wrong, right? So, there's the slave. Who's the slave's master? My pops is. Who are the slaves? My moms and the kids are. Us. It never died. It hasn't died to this day. So when you're in toxic relationships, scenario queen. Number 3, let's say I'm your boyfriend, right? We go to church. I met you at church, right? Scenario. I know scripture, I know the Bible, but I'm emotionally, mentally, spiritually abusive. I'm physically abusive. I'm a fuck boy. And you still by my side? Behind closed doors, I'm your slave master. And you're my slave. How's it working out for you, respectfully? That's very direct to get to the point. I don't want you to stay for too long. And if you do stay, that is your choice for will. And the worst part, once again, the worst addiction is the emotional and spiritual trombone. Because you believe, what do? What I did, my first baby mom told you too long. You pray about manifest that one day, God, Jesus, Allah, Buddha, Muhammad, the universe, the spiritual answers will actually wake up your partner. And my first baby mom, she would love me like I love her. Yeah, 12 years too fucking long till I walk the fuck away. No healing journey, just a journey, no mental health, none of these conversations. Nothing. But I walked away. But it took me $3.12 years to walk away. If I had a real support, but remember this, guys, if does not exist, it's the past. That's why if you start your healing journey, what I recommend, pay it forward. What am I doing? Paying it forward to you guys. Straight to the fucking point, so you don't stay for too long. Because once again, your belief's not suffering. You're suffering. They're suffering. The question is for how much longer. And once again, for both of you guys, the answer is the door. It's right there. It's right there physically. And yes, I know. Easier said than done, especially when kids are involved. It's going to be a fucking bloodbath and hurt really fucking bad. And then to forewarn you, when your family fell apart, the day that you want to do, like my situation, I'm back in Seattle. Co-parenting in the suburbs is pretty much common, right? And they have good relationships and shit. But I talked to a lot of single father type of situation, co-parenting, and then like my situation, like it'd be funny to say this, I learned the hard way. Healing, no one taught me. I give all my family grace because they don't know this conversation. My 8 kids, I tell them stories to guide them for them, so they become a mother and father as best as possible, right? But yes, it'd be nice to have a potential partner. Yes, it'd be nice to have a third family, quote unquote, and it'd be nice because when I say this, like the mother of Bush, she asked me that shit, like, would you have another kid? I go, check it out. Before I respond to that question, right, answer it correctly, to forewarn you, I'm not. You and I failed because we're just both on a journey. I'm Catholic Christian, you're Jehovah. Keep it simple, God, the universe, right? Cool, positive, right? But our belief is not an issue. We as a toxic couple were the issue. We're both traumatized. That was the issue. Our kids not the issue, it's us, right? Now they're working themselves. Let's say I have a potential partner, right, scenario, and she's doing a healing journey more than the waking woke journey. These conversations, yes, it would be cool to have a family, because now, respect when I say this, now we can actually have a real family, because I worked in myself. She was that little one, a better life on the overall. There won't be toxicity, the shit that we went through. Yeah, so remember this, to remind you, nothing against you. We're just on a journey. That's why. So you have enough kids? Yeah, if I don't have more kids, it's cool. It's totally cool. But if I do, with potential to be, yes, that'd be nice to have another family, quote unquote, because now I work to myself, she worked to myself. But not, I got 8 of them already, you know? And once again, another subject, I would have had 9. I would have had, in reality, if she didn't do what she did, I would have had 3rd baby moms, potentially co-parenting. But she did her own decision and then took the little one out. And that's what I'm getting my kid's name next session on this arm, all 8 of them. But I'm at a 9th name, which is going to say, you know, English, Angelica, and Spanish, Angelica. So anyone asks me, even a kid asks me, who's Angelica? Anyone asks me, who's Angelica? Oh, let me tell you a story. What? Every time and for a reason.
Oh, wow. And you named her?
No. So my 8 kids, all my exes, they named them. There was a potential 1.5 years ago, right? So she once again, you know, to warn people, right? So let's say you meet a potential partner, right? And they tell you, like she told me, just to let you know, if you want to, let's say we become a couple, because remember, she's potential, not my girlfriend, we're not a couple yet, right? And what you call it, she's like, if you want to have kids down the road, just to let you know, I've tried, I've done everything, I've done the whole, you know, I don't speak for women talk, but I've done the whole doctrine set wise. Just to let you know, I can't get pregnant. Cool, best say that. That's totally cool. Nothing against that, you know. Day one out the rest, you know, type of situation. But guess what? Magically down the road, and she was small, she's petite. She maybe like scenario 100, 105, 10 around there, wet, right? And magically, like 4 or 5 months later, right, she was getting weight. You know, I was noticing. We talked about it, and she's like, I don't know, I'm just eating type of situation, not knowing. Once again. You know, she goes to me twice, not my girlfriend. They didn't have my feelings about it. I kind of rejection. And then when she squashed it, self-a tattoo behind the screen. We talked to each other prior. She had done it face-to-face, but I get it. It's the adult conversation, the uncomfortable conversation, because you might hurt people's feelings and she don't want to do the drama and the stress and cry. I tell you, yo, babe, they went off the rip just to let you know, I don't need you, my life. I want you, my life. The door right there, to remind you, is there for both of us. I can leave, you can leave. I can handle rejection. Can you? And obviously she couldn't. So she texts me, she's like, you know, it's just to let you know, I had an abortion type of situation, you know, God, universe, whatever, I don't believe in that, whatever. If there was my only opportunity, you know, I would have, you know, they told me she's a girl, I would have named her Angelica. I was like, bet, remember that. I'm taking the name and putting my body. It's like, what? Yes.
At least y'all had that conversation.
Right, through a text, but
they're wondering what the fuck, what happened.
Right,
like they know what happened. And
right.
Yeah, so.
Which is for sure, that's true in a positive manner. But my situation, I'm gonna have my tattoos for a reason. Remember this. I'm very, very. When I say this, right, I'm very blunt and I don't hold back at all. Because respectfully, now that I work to myself, my job and give is to get everyone's feelings, and they're your feelings, not mine. I respect your boundaries. You don't have to talk about your feelings. But here's the kicker. I'm in your scenario, right? Since you say you want love, so scenario, the day you do get love, and your partner just love the fullest, ask you the same question I just asked you. What would you do to the person that you love? Crucify them? Build walls? Push them out? You need your space? Then you're the problem. You're not ready for love respectfully. To call you out, what? To plan for you or self-sabotage relationship not knowing. I know it's personal. Here's the kicker. The best people to speak to are who are nobodies. If you're a nobody, right? Queen, number 3, I don't know you from Adam and vice versa. So everything we talk about today, that now is present. If we want to talk about our past, we can. Right? But you don't have to. Because it's the present. It's the now, you know? So, what you gonna call it? And that's the situation. So, I'm gonna tell this reason in my back, right? It's gonna say, to trigger people, it's gonna say, to all your virgins, right? Did you know when you have TOC sex intercourse, you send energy from a bond, soul tied to infinite trombones, pretend you catch what? Feelings, STDs or babies, control and protect energy best as. If not, karma, to kill or not to kill. Respectfully. And underneath that's gonna say, if gay people know they cannot have babies, why do straight people act like virgins? Respectfully. So yeah, respectfully. It just caught everybody out. Like, yo, like, we have so much resources, you know. Before she gets preggo, everyone's porn stars. And now she's preggo. Now y'all become virgins. Now y'all become scared of type of situation. Why? Before we was born, this has been happening before any of us was born. And magically, you forgot what could happen? Really? You know?
Sure.
Just to get people's attention, respect, just so you get your attention, put fear in you. What? Like, are you ready to do this? That's why I told her, you know, like, you know, that's why I'm with that name, just for my kids' stories and everyone out there. Who's Angelica? I don't know yet, but who's that? Well, that would have been my 9th kid. Or that's your girlfriend? Nah, that would have been my kid. I would have had a 9th kid,
right.
And that would have been my 3rd baby mom's. But then for sure co-parent to my side, you know? But she got scared, she wasn't ready. Her body, her choice, she did all upon herself. She's like, when I say this, she texted me, she's like, I was scared, I was like, watch out. You didn't tell me nothing, so respect, you have compassion for you, I feel sorry for you. You had options. I know it's a scary situation, type of situation, right? But you got to talk to me about it. If you wasn't ready, I would figure it. I have family. I would figure it out. You could do all, you know, hand rights over type of situation. Just, you know.
Right, we could be butt ass naked. I could suck your dick. You could eat my coochie, but we can't talk about what we gonna do about a situation that we created. You're not comfortable enough to talk about it or take care of it together. At least it'd be different, like, you know. But hey.
That's the situation, right?
That's how shit goes nowadays. That's the situation with a lot of people. Yeah, that's what it is.
1,000. That's why I talk about it. I'm very blunt about it. That's why I tell people like me as a being, any potential I get involved with, I won't say names on here, but people that know when I'm telling these stories, they know about them. Like, oh, if they'll say, oh, that's about, you know, potential. Like I've been 4 years single, right? There was 2 potentials. But what I say is like, once again, if you don't make a comment or ask a question, you don't ever spark conversation, you will never know. So stay observant. Like my sister, the first potential, like 2 years ago, right? I didn't make a comment or ask a question, but I observe everybody's energy, right? So once again, as a beginning, like a potential partner, I don't care if she does like casual drinking, casual marijuana, casual psychedelic, casual cigarettes, casual. But if she needs it, that's codependency, right? So once again, the situation was like, you know, Betty met her at work type of situation. And we spent it in the ghetto hoods, like, you know, brown black culture, we mixed type of situation. You know, I have my attention to my early tattoos. I'm like, yeah, thank you. You know, just keep a humble type of situation. That's it, right? So anyway, she said she wanted some wine bottles for like it was her sister's birthday or her friend's birthday, whatever. The homegirl's cool. So 2 bottles type of situation. Doesn't matter. All I guess I went to her place, right? And so she said supposedly the wine's for her, you know, her homegirl for the birthday the next morning type of situation. And when you see somebody grab a wine bottle, no matter if it's cheap or expensive shit, and then down the whole bottle, one swig, yeah, that's not casual drinking at all. I don't drink. I would die drinking a bottle, trust. You know, alcohol play type of situation. So that was a red flag. And I told her, yo, chill out, like, I don't care about casual drinking, but you're not a casual drinker. You're a zombie. You're an addict, respectfully. You're stuck on that. You had a drug on that you love. So, respectfully. So we be associated. If you want to do benefits, we do benefits. But remember, this reminds you, you know, with my boyfriend, I won't be your boyfriend, you're my girlfriend. Maybe down the road, if you're detoxing and all that good stuff, but respectfully, you know, that situation. So I just walked away. Benefits type of situation. That's all it was. Nothing more than that. Respectfully, it would be cool to be potential, but the downfall is like people that are addicts. Respectfully, that is their God and their love. You cannot fix in the same at all. You can be supportive. You can be very supportive, but don't get involved with partners. It's not going to work in your favor. And you want to have kids with them, marriage and all that, it's not going to work in your favor. Respectfully, you know. To forewarn you, no one's got to comprehend that. You know. The second, once again, I met at the farmer's market type of situation. I love queens that shoot the shot. Like, they both shot their shot. To get my attention, yo, it's 20-6 time. Don't be shy, shoot your shot. And we have all my conversations every which way, because I'm always going to see where your mindset's at, because I did your mind. Because your mind tells your mouth to move our conversation. Once again, your mind tells your fingertips to message me, to have these conversations, you know? I want to get to know you as a being on the overall. Every which, if not, it's not going to work out, respectfully, you know, because I will walk away. That's why for everybody out there, once again, you as one being can handle rejection. You know, if not, then you have a lot of healing to do. And that's why the healing journey is at your own pace. It's not racing a marathon trying to compare yourself to others, because everyone's evolving at their own pace. Everyone's doing the healing journey, you know? Especially, once again, if you both want love, quote unquote. But number 3, how was your weekend? How was your Monday started so far?
I'm cleaning up from all the Easter chaos. Church.
Hey, beautiful. That's good.
Dinner. I barbecued.
Hey.
We just hung out. Yeah. Yeah, I was like mostly with my kids. Yeah,
awesome.
It was beautiful. It was a beautiful Sunday.
How's the little ones doing?
My daughter's 10. I had to explain to her what Easter was. She's like, it's not about bunnies. I had to explain what the resurrection was and everything like that. We watched The Passion of Christ.
Deep.
And that was cool.
Awesome. And you, mom, asking, like married, hubby, co-parenting, I'm asking?
I would say I'm dating. I'm dating right now.
Okay, you're dating? So with the father of the kids, are you like co-parenting with the father of the kids, or?
So one, my oldest, my 10-year-old, I don't co-parent with her father. He's like non-existing. He's not mentally there to be a parent.
Okay, he's going through it.
He doesn't know how to properly, communicate with the child. And as far as like the parenting aspect, it's hard for them to be a parent because they've never been a parent. Taking accountability. Okay. Just the daily watching your kid up. Like it started from there. Like he couldn't keep her. Oh, she's a girl. I can't give her a bath. I can't like bathe her. I can't do this. I can't do that. So it's like, okay. And then as she gets older, that's why I was like, as far as communication, he's talking to a 10-year-old. Hey, boo boo, how you doing, boo boo? And she's like, hi, how are you? Yeah, that's a result of having kids with people that you don't really know. The situation with my daughter's dad was that there was a guy, like, we would hang out. If I wasn't drunk and if I wasn't loaded, we would have never had a kid, period, point blank. In the day of light, like, looking at this person, right, I'm not, like, physically attracted to them or none of that. So I got pregnant, but I just decided to keep my daughter and to have my daughter, and it's been a wonderful 10-year journey. Okay. Now I have a 5-year-old from a relationship I tried to co-parent. His father just recently went to jail. He doing like a year. And I tried to co-parent with him, but it's a battle. It's a battle.
Oh yeah, no, it's for sure easier said than done. For the most part, not all, right? For the most part, a lot of you queens are more empathetic wise, so you're more compassionate, more mindful. You respond, you don't react. Other men, we're narcissistic. We're not taught and raised about feelings, conversations, so we don't know how to do this at all. We don't know how to become vulnerable, kind of none of that stuff at all. That's what I tell the queens all the time, like, best as possible, give him grace. It is not this conversation. Like me, I do a lot of one-on-ones, right? The queens will be like, I wish my man, my ex, my baby father spoke the way you spoke. Like, he can. When you start this healing journey, reach out for help and guidance. If not, you won't ever know this conversation, So give him grace as possible, but at the same time, not just work on yourself and try to learn, from your ex. My ex had your exes. What's the red flag you missed? So you don't date your exes with a new partner. It's just a new body. When anyone calls you out, you're like, you bitch about your exes, but all you do is toxic. Yeah, new partner, they're toxic too. Well, you just love toxicity because that's all you know. Because once again. I was sitting here agreeing with you on certain things. Like, as I'm dating, I see certain things, and it's like, no, we can't be in a relationship. For instance, okay, I'll give you 2 instances. Go for it.
I came across a guy, we were dating, and then it came up about religion. He was Muslim.
Okay.
And, like, you can't eat pork. And I'm like, well, I eat pork. I don't know what you want me to do.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm like, that really didn't work out for whatever reason. Like, we could be friends. And then I just came across another guy, and I guess he's like a different religion, and he's talking about polygamy and
oh yeah, be careful with that. If you don't do polygamy, don't get involved with that. Don't get like.
I'm not into polygamy at all. It's no way that you could, manipulate my mind to think, oh yeah, it's okay. Now, if you want to have a threesome, just say it. Like, just be. I'm the type of person. Have a conversation with me. Let me know like what you want. But as far as like you wanting multiple wives, that wouldn't ride with me personally.
Correct.
Now, I feel like, oh yeah, it's my birthday. Hey, I want to try something. I want to experiment with something. I might go for it. Like, okay, all right, let's see. But yeah, I'm not into it, and I'm just looking at things instead of jumping into situations. Because with my son, with my second child, I feel like I just jumped into a relationship, and I wasn't ready to be in a relationship.
Okay,
and I'm knowing this. I've been young. I've been married. I got married when I was 18. Fresh. I graduated from high school, and I moved to Puerto Rico.
Okay, PR.
And I stayed there for about 2 years.
Okay.
And I left Puerto Rico. I'm like, I don't want to be a wife. I'm 18. I'm from Chicago. I'm young. I'm lit.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's young for sure, respectfully. And I get it. Traditional ways, you get married young, like high school type of situation. Respect to my kids, wait till you're 30, 40 years old. Make sure you're established for yourself as one being. The potential they're established, that maybe potentially you get this love, related marriage, and kids. If not, there's your mother, there's her hubby. I'm fine. I have a partner. We do co-parent the best as possible. I don't want you to become us. You want to suffer and learn the hard way? That's why my situation. That's why I started doing this 6 years ago. This live podcast. You want to see me overage myself? Go on YouTube, Coach Trader Podcast, Spotify. Don't overage myself. Man, she's a narcissist because I heard the family falling apart. Like, it's been over a long time ago. It's a blessing this guy's not knowing. That's why I'm a collarbone. It's an oxymoron, like I told her. It says, I love you for leaving me. How do you tell someone that you destroyed you, I love you for leaving me? Because it's a blessing in disguise. There's light at the end. Tell them.
That's the best thing that could have ever happened to me. I never knew somebody could have loved me way better than your ass did. If I was still doing your shit, I wouldn't even know what Maria over here doing. She over here up the motherfucker to death.
Right.
So evil ass.
Exactly. Yeah, so that's why it's an oxymoron. Like, it's once you comprehend it, you bless, and that's why the intent, you don't do your actions ever again. And nothing against them. Like the master, nothing against you. We're just in a journey, healing journey. I comprehend where we failed. Respect. I don't deal with toxicity. I walk away, no problem. But that's for me as a being, potential to be. I do the scenarios and these conversations day one off the rip, so they know what they get into. On top of that, your queen potential. Go to my YouTube, Spotify. This is all I talk about. All my TED is all about that, every which way. If that's too much for you, it's not gonna work out.
I'm thinking about. I want to start a podcast.
You should.
I was thinking about just being a girl from Chicago, from where I am. Like, in general, they give you a bad name because, oh, you're from Chicago. Oh, you're gonna get somebody. Oh, you're gonna shoot somebody. And then decided, oh, she's from the South Side. Oh, she'll set you up and get you robbed. Just the misconception that people have about girls from Chicago, just in general. Because even on this platform, I'm like, wow, people judging me for where I came from, like from the city. You automatically think I'm like that because I'm from here. No. And then the battles and the stuff that we go through. But you're right, relationships, that's what attracted me to your live. So I've been in a lot of toxic relationships, and realizing that I need to heal and going through the journey, it's just like this journey is never ending. I'm still healing every day. Like, the shit don't stop. While you sit back and you realize, like, hey, I could have did this better, or I could have went about the situation this way, instead of just shutting down and not saying nothing. Because that's what I do. That's my mechanism. I just shut down and look stupid.
All right, 1,000. 1,000. So that's one of my ones. It's crazy. So what's my nephew call me this time? 2 seconds, my nephews call me. That's crazy. Hello? What's up, Edo? What's going on? You just heard Seattle? What's up? Huh? I'm here in Seattle. What's up? Yeah, what's going on? I don't know, but hey, I'm not live. I'll call you right back real fast, cool? I'm not live. I'm about to get up. I'll call you back in a minute. Yeah, I'll call you back in a minute. Alright, pero. That was my nephew. I thought it was like something going on. Now he just wants to bullshit. Like, okay, call you back in a minute.
And then moving forward, like dating, I feel like I can't tell people about my toxic situation because they'll try to do the same thing.
You're talking about with potentials, right?
Yeah, like just the potential. Like if I tell a person, like, okay, I'll be vulnerable with you guys.
Okay.
So my son's dad was jealous of me, and because I get money, I work, I hustle, I sell clothes, I sell whatever for myself. When you get down, that's just the type of person that I am.
Okay.
And like, I don't need a man. I'm gonna pay my bills. I'm gonna get what I want. It's nothing that a man could do for me. but like love me. That's all you could do. It's like
take it to that.
So if you're not doing that properly, it's really no need for you to be around.
Right.
And basically, this guy, like I said, he was jealous. I worked. I wasn't like dependent. Cause we went to counseling, and I found out that he only likes women that are dependent of him. His mom was a crackhead and a whore, so he only identifies with hookers because he can manipulate their mind, or he knows it's something that he could do for them. Versus me, I've come from a family with a mother and a father. None of my family members did drugs. I had a stable household. Raising kids that have like been an issue. So the guy would call DCFS. I'm like, this girl's out here selling drugs. She's doing this. I wouldn't dare tell the next guy my past or what I had going on.
Yeah.
Like that's vulnerable stuff. Like
right.
That's some toxic shit.
Well, see, which is a good conversation, right? But so here's the kicker, right? So when I tell my one-on-ones and people in general wise, right? So I tell people like, when it comes to conversation with them, just to be like traditional ways, they're like, what do you want from a potential partner? And they'd be like, your ex, why did it fail? Like, why, all that. So I tell people like to curveball them, because here's the kicker: you have your resume, they have their resume, right? So when you become vulnerable and you say, say a potential partner, she asked me that, I'd be like, I want her to be a potential partner, I want her to be like loving, caring, empathetic, healing journey, right? And then so I'm being vulnerable. Yeah, so I'm being vulnerable, right? And then expressing myself. Then let's say ask me like, and then let's say scenario, she's not empathetic, she's not vulnerable, whatever I just verbalized. So on her side, right? On her side, analogy, metaphor, she's got her resume. She's like, she'd be like, I'm not empathetic, but today, yes, I am. Yeah. And let's say she asked me, well, why did she fail? Because my last ex, she was jealous, controlling. She's got her resume. Fuck, I'm jealous, not today. I'm controlling, not today. So to curb people, to curveball the potential to be, excuse me, when I tell my one-on-one, I talk to you out. Here's the kicker: curveball them. What do you mean? When they ask you, okay, did I say why they failed? Just say it didn't work out. Why? Just if you say it was toxic, it's my past, it's over, and that's it. Now there's the present. You curveball that potential partner has nothing to work with. When they ask you, what do you have a potential partner? Just say this: all I want from them is to be authentic themselves on my conversations. They have nothing to work with them. What? Now they gotta be themselves 1,000% best as possible. Not they try to say your dream has some bullshit excuse. It's not gonna work out. Because why? They have nothing to work with. Nothing to work with at all. Traditional ways, you compare resumes and they will adapt. Everybody mirrors everybody. Yeah. I don't hit people, not today. I won't hit nobody, but down the road, I'll whoop your ass. So yeah, so that's the situation. That's me.
Like I said, that's difficult to me when we come up to that conversation and people's like, what happened to your last baby dad? What happened to the 5-year-old dad? Why aren't you with him more? What's